When you have auto glass damage,
Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD, and welcome to the Best Pro Shops Night Race at Bristol, race 29 of 36 of the NASCAR 2022 NASCAR Cup Series. We're coming to the playoffs. Kevin Harvick is something like 45 points or so behind, or 35 points or so behind the current playoff, behind the cut line, Can he make it out? We got 6 other drivers battling for the 3 other spots. Who's going to win that battle? We got Kyle Busch, Cindric, Reddick, Suarez, and a few more battling out. And Austin Dillon, and one more that I don't remember. None of the playoff drivers have won a race so far this season. Can that change today? All that and more will be answered today during today's race at Bristol. I can't wait for them to start the well so I can sing along to that. I'll get my microphone ready. Completely. I was just a young Come on, how much longer do we gotta wait? Feels like it's taking a while. And I was just a young and bouncing on my mama's knee. She said there's only one thing that sets your soul free. Wasn't no easy street where I come from. There wasn't no sleep until the work was done. Let the spirit pull me under to the bottom of the well. Keep that motor running till that victory bell. 1 for the money, 2 another show. 3, start your engines now and rock and roll.
It's NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Bristol, the Bass Pro Shops night race. And it is Elimination Saturday. And what better track than the world's fastest half-mile Bristol Motor Speedway. Alongside our crew chief, Steve Letarte, Rick Allen with you. And Steve, this has become such a huge event. The night race here, but now it's an elimination race.
Yeah, well, it's electric. It's the idea. NASCAR runs all over the country, but these big spread-out racetracks, but not here at Bristol. It's the Coliseum. It is jammed in. As a competitor, it's the one racetrack you can feel the fans. They are right on top of you. That energy, that excitement, it's always existed at the night race. Now a playoff cut race. I didn't think it'd get more intense, but tonight has that feeling.
And now what's on the line? Let's take a look at the Cup playoff standings presented by Xfinity. Only one driver coming in before this race starts is comfortable, and he will head on to round 2. That's Christopher Bell based on points. there are two champions in Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick below the cut line right now. And again, after this race, the bottom four in points are eliminated. Let's bring in our drivers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Burton. All right, guys, are these guys nervous as a cut race here at Bristol?
Yeah, I think they're a little bit nervous. I mean, you can't help but get nervous when you come to Bristol. This place is menacing. It's intimidating. And a lot of bad things can happen to you here. I mean, there's something happening around the racetrack. You can't escape from the race car drivers on the track. There's nowhere to go.
If you're in great shape and points, you hate this racetrack. If you're in trouble like Kevin Harvick, you love it. Because opportunity is created. A guy like Harvick, he's going to embrace this. Chaos is an advantage to him tonight. He wants to create it and then use it to his advantage.
All right, a win and you advance. Junior, who's your guy? Who do you think's going to win tonight?
Yeah, you're looking at Kevin Harvick. I love this scenario for Kevin. I think he's built for this, just like you said, Jeff. And you know him really well, having worked with him in the past. I think the guy looks at this as like, this is how I make my name. This is how I become an icon. This is how I really, you know, raise the level of who I am. I'm going to win this race in a moment where it looks like it's totally impossible. My back's against the wall. He said it earlier in the year. They don't know us. This is what we are about. He's going to prove it tonight.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Kyle Larson. I think Kyle Larson,
At
when I
8:55,
saw him
thank you to
today in
whoever
practice,
subscribed.
he just looked like he had the best car. He's very good at moving around the racetrack. That's going to be important tonight. We're going to see cars running the bottom. We're going to see him against the wall. He loves all of that and any of it, so I think Kyle Larson's a guy tonight.
I'm going to take the guy Rick you said was comfortable because he was in. Christopher Bell, who drives that 20 car, he's the only playoff driver guaranteed to advance. He's already
Bell, out of the 16 drivers, has just enough points to lock in.
That energy, that excitement, and a little bit of that comfort. That'll be the driving factor for Christopher Bell. He's my pick.
And again, 16 drivers, all with an opportunity for the championship. But after tonight, that will be whittled down to 12. Drivers are all strapped in. Let's fire the engines. That means we go trackside for the command.
Here to give the command to start engines for tonight's Bass Pro Shops night race. Please welcome noted conservationist Johnny Morris, the founder of Bass Pro Shops, joined by some of his favorite fishing buddies and the next generation of conservationists. To start us off tonight, the voice of champions, Michael Buffer.
Good evening once again, race fans. The track is ready, the drivers are ready, the cars are ready. Bristol, are you ready?
Supposed to be the most packed the track has been in 10 years. Still got some empty seats, which sucks, but we're looking better than we have. Yeah. Dang, it's this dude. Getting a rumble in the last great Coliseum.
On behalf of all the outfitters that wake up every day excited to serve our customers with everything they need to do with the great outdoors, on our 50th anniversary of Bass Pro Shops, we are very proud to sponsor the Great American Night Race. We proudly dedicate this race to all the sportsmen and women in this country, to our conservation partners. Most of all, we dedicate it to the next generation of anglers and hunters and conservationists. Jesse, get us started, buddy.
And here we go. 36 drivers ready to rumble. Starting 36th, driving the number 15 World Supercross Championship Ford for Rick Ware Racing, J.J. Yaley. Starting 35th, driving the number 77 Ziegler Auto LoJack Chevrolet. For Spire Motorsports, Landon Castle. Starting 34th, driving the number 42 FG3 Technology Chevrolet. For who? For Petty GMS Racing, Ty Dillon. Starting 33rd, driving the number 78 Down and Dirty Ford. That's how I get in bed, y'all. For Live Fast Motorsports, BJ McLeod. Why would you name a company Down and Dirty? I digress. Starting 32nd, driving the number 51 Nurtec ODT Ford for Rick Ware Racing, Cody Ware. Starting 31st, driving the number 7 Schluter System Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports, Corey LaJoy. Starting 30th, driving the number 38, Long John Silver's Ford for Front Row Motorsports, Todd Gilliland. Starting 29th, driving the number 99, Tootsie's Orchid Lounge Chevrolet for Team Trackhouse Racing, Daniel Suarez. Starting 28th, driving the number 3, Bass Pro Shops Tracker Off-Road Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, Austin Dillon. Starting 27th, driving the number 21, Motorcraft Quick Lane Ford for the Wood Brothers Racing. For Wood Brothers Racing, Harrison Burton. Starting 26th, driving the number 47, Kroger Thomas' Chevrolet for JTG Daugherty Racing, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Starting 25th, driving the number 23, Monster Energy Toyota for 2311 Racing, Ty Gibbs. Starting 24th, driving the number 43, U.S. Air Force Chevrolet. Jesus, the noise, the whistling of my teeth. For Petty GMS Racing, Eric Jones. Starting 23rd, driving the number 9, Hooters Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Starting 22nd, driving the number 19, Bass Pro Shops Toyota. For Joe Gibbs Racing, Martin Truex Jr. Starting 21st, driving the number 18 M&M's Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. 17 Fastenal Ford for Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, Chris Buescher. Starting 19th, driving the number 31 Leaf Filter Gutter Protection Chevrolet for Colleague Racing, Justin Haley. Starting 18th, driving the number 34 Love's Travel Stops Ford for Front Row Motorsports, Michael McDowell. Starting 17th, driving the number 8 Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, Tyler Reddick. Starting 16th, driving the number 24 Acronis Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. Starting 15th, driving the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford for Team Penske, Joey Logano. Starting 14th, driving the number 45 Money Lion Toyota for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Starting 13th, driving the number 16 Action Industries Chevrolet Industries for Colleague Racing, AJ Allmendinger. Starting 12th, driving the number 1 Worldwide Express Chevrolet for Team Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain. Starting 11th, driving the number 41 Autodesk HaasTooling.com Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Cole Custer. Starting 10th, driving the number 6 Kohler Generators Ford for Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, Brad Keselowski. Starting 9th, driving the number 2 Freightliner Ford for Team Penske, Austin Cindric. Starting 8th, driving the number 20 Yahoo Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell. Starting 7th, driving the number 4 Busch Light Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Kevin Harvick. Starting 6th, driving the number 12 Menards Pennzoil Ford for Team Penske, Ryan Blaney. Starting 5th, driving the number 5 HendrickCars.com Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. Starting 4th, driving the number 11 FedEx Ground Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Starting 3rd, driving the number 48 Ally Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. Starting 2nd, driving the number 14 Magical Vacation Planner Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Chase Briscoe. And on the pole, driving the number 10 Ford Blue Oval City Ford for Stewart Haas Racing with a pole speed of 128.382 miles per hour and a time of 14.946 seconds, Eric Almirola. Oh, you motherfucker, you shut off on me. I hate when this happens. I don't know why it happens.
That they're worried about tonight, control their own car, their own race. The points will be taken care of at the end of the night. And while he's struggled here lately, some overnight changes have him much happier for now than he was at the start of the weekend. Dave Burns.
Dillon, the camera has to pan way to the back to find Austin Dillon at the start of this race. He qualified 28th in a very nervous-looking Camaro. So he's got to go forward in stage 1. The leaders will be coming.
You motherfucker.
drivers' onboard camera. Crew Chief Johnny Crossfire told me it's simple. They're currently out, they need to be in, and that means Chase gets to play offense. They were extremely with their P2 qualifying effort, and the next goal, Marty, take advantage of that starting spot and get stage points.
Well, Kevin Harvick 3 times has been in a must-win situation in the playoffs, and he has delivered with a victory to either advance to the next round.
Okay, this is starting to become a problem.
Right now, it could seem like the only people who matter are the
Gotta wait for
loudest.
this ad to go through. Motherfucker! Why does it keep shutting it off?
Things get hard, but we've got 182,000
No, fuck off.
people, and they're building big things.
Oh my
new
God!
Things that will change.
As quiet confidence, right into
the excitement and the grueling challenge that the Bristol racetrack is. A half-mile, high-banked, high speeds, 500 laps, a little over 266 miles. Stage 1 and Stage 2, both 125 laps. That leaves a final stage of 250 laps. A long final stage, half the race. Fuel window over.
No problem. That final stage will absolutely require a pit stop.
All right, Steve, so the fuel window is 150 to 160, but what about these tires?
30 miles
We
per
saw
hour.
in the Xfinity Series last night, tires lasted. Old tires actually won the race.
Yeah, old tires won the race last night.
it was
Xfinity
long.
Series. Now the Cup Series is
get ready
next
to
gen, a very
rumble.
different tire. It's a bigger wheel, but much the same. In practice, some of the fastest laps were run 35, 40, 45 laps on the tires. So this is going to be a little throwback. Elliott Sadler throwback. Remember when Elliott Sadler won it on old tires?
Very
this
old
is going to be a
tires.
grind. You heard Chase Elliott already concerned about where he starts because I don't think we're going to see a lot of pit stops. These drivers are going to have to figure it out on the racetrack.
Cars making their way back out onto the track after coming onto pit road and checking their pit road speed. Leading the field with some unique views is the Coca-Cola pace car cam. So we'll be able to check this view out as everyone falls in behind the pace car. A few other cool onboards that we're going to ride along with, and one of those is the number 8 of Tyler Reddick, the Cheddars, and it's on the spoiler, Steve.
And this spoiler is going to get a workout right here. This look, Bristol, new Bristol, old Bristol. Basically, they spray the bottom with this sticky stuff. Way earlier in the week, we've seen a truck race. We've seen an Xfinity race. At some point, maybe even here in the middle of stage 1, they're going to be right up against the fence. This right rear spoiler is going to give you a great shot.
Yeah, the best shot's this one right here. Eric Almirola set it on the pole, the Ford Performance Cam. He's going to have a great shot when this green flag stops. I know that's the view he wants all night long. It's going to be hard to keep it.
So, Rick, you mentioned a must-win for Kevin Harvick. Now, mathematically, it isn't. But realistically, it really is. Because it's not just minus 35, but minus 35 behind all of those drivers. If it was only one driver, you could say, oh, man, if it was just Chase Briscoe or just Austin Dillon, maybe they have an issue. Kevin Harvick has a great night. He can make up 35 points. But conceivably to think Briscoe, Dillon, Busch, and then even Cindric or Reddick would all have to have issues, that's asking a lot. So I do think the mentality is a must-win.
If you look at Ross
Harvick
Chastain,
35
they go
behind.
up the board, all
Briscoe
those
9
guys, what they're
behind.
looking for
Dillon
tonight
3
is
behind.
clean,
Kyle Busch 2
simple,
behind.
nothing
Cindric 2
that
ahead.
goes wrong.
Reddick
If they
2
have
ahead.
that, they're in good shape.
Suarez
From there
6
down,
ahead.
it is a dogfight. They're going to have to treat every stage, every lap as it's the last one. If not, you'll find yourself not moving to the next round.
Oh, much like last night, we saw the front row swap. Junior surprise you, or would you take the outside as well as the pole sitter?
Well, the outside's been the best to restart in the truck race and the Xfinity race, and I think that's what we'll see tonight, especially as this track widens out and that top becomes more and more preferred, which I think is going to happen about midway through this first stage. Happened in the second stage last night. It's going to happen quicker tonight. That outside groove is going to be where the leader wants to control the start.
Chase Briscoe will be on the inside. Listen into his radio.
Boys, know what we need to do tonight. Don't want to go to battle with anybody else. Get the best 6 3 best guys up in the box. Want nothing more than go get a picture taken with all you guys on top of that building at the end of the night. That's what we're trying to do.
With sword in hand,
Here
as
we
the
go.
fireworks are working their way around this half mile. The last great Coliseum, the site of the Cup race for round number 1 of the Cup Series, as they are fighting for a championship.
There we go. Stewart Haas teammates leading them to green. 500 laps around Bristol. Let's go. Almirola making his way to the front. Not yet clearing Chase Briscoe, his teammate. Now he is. He swoops down to the bottom.
Already seeing that outside line. Performing really well. Denny Hamlin sliding to second place, and he's going to use that middle to try to continue to move forward. Felt so
Hamlin
good,
to
3 and
second.
4. He's going to run it 1 and 2. Back to the bottom of the
My
racetrack.
pick to win, by the way, Hamlin. Hoping for Blaney or Truex,
The
though.
Tractor's giving us this view on board with Briscoe as he's fallen back to that 3rd spot now. Blaney just behind him.
Blaney to the middle of the racetrack, going to try to get on the outside of this 14. Right there, jumps in the gas. Forces the 14 to have to come out of the throttle on the corner exit. Beats him down the straightaway. Again, 14 will struggle off corner here.
He surprised the 14 of Briscoe. He's not going to surprise him this time, though. Briscoe's going to try to get in the throttle. Wow, Blaney gave him no room whatsoever.
Showing us the playoff bubble. Probably throughout the entire race.
Already early in this race on the outside.
Oh, it's going to happen. We know the groove's going to move to the outside.
Yeah, he's all the way back in the pack. The back half of the pack, a lot of guys way up the racetrack using that high groove. So another guy using that top as well. Kyle Larson running the middle around the outside of Brad Keselowski's going to take this position.
And Larson moves up into the 7th spot ahead of Brad Keselowski. Ross Chastain behind them.
A lot of guys making up a lot of ground in the back half of the field here in this high lane. Just a matter of time before the spotters and everybody starts telling their drivers about it.
And what gets difficult, though, is when everybody starts going up there, not all the cars are good. And you know, when you first jumped up there, you had an advantage, but once you get double wide, there's really nowhere to go.
There was a traction compound put on the bottom of the racetrack, that bottom groove, but it was put on before an ARCA race and a truck race and an Xfinity race and never applied again. Is that wearing out now?
Yeah, I think it just loses its grip. Still seems to be working really well, but that top has been ground years ago. And as the cars go up there and run, it really takes rubber much quicker than any other part of this racetrack.
Leading by about half a second over Denny Hamlin.
Look at these guys chasing it way up the racetrack. They're going to get higher and higher right against the wall in the middle of 3 and 4 before the end of the night.
Remember when they first ground that upper lane, it was a one-groove racetrack. There was nowhere to run but the very, very top. Impossible to pass. They put that traction compound on the bottom to spread the grooves out, to give an advantage to one for a period of time, then an advantage to the other. Drivers searching around, looking all night long.
Coca-Cola camera on Denny Hamlin giving us this view back to Ryan Blaney. These two have been the fastest 2 cars on the racetrack.
Blaney to 3rd.
Blaney's got a high entry, low exit, trying to get underneath Denny going into 1. Denny's going to give him room right here.
Here comes Blaney on the inside of the 11.
On the top. He can fight this off if he wants to.
Still fighting.
He can make this
for
really
that
difficult
second
on
spot.
Blaney. Right here. Blaney can't get to the throttle unless, if he stays at the throttle, he drives into the 11 car, so he has to lift.
Well, you say he can drive it through the 11 car, especially if Blaney keeps cutting down on people like that. That's his second driver that Blaney's given no room to whatsoever early in this race.
How aggressive do you need to be early on here? And for Ryan Blaney, here's a driver who currently is in good position, 72 points above the cut line.
Watch this, Rick. Watch this 11 car. He's going to try this top a little bit. Let's see. It's going to take him a few laps. Watch that run. He gets down the front straightaway. He likes that. Now back to the bottom of the racetrack. I wish he would have kept running up there. Looked like a couple more corners. He about figured it out.
I love this look back at Denny Hamlin and the work he's doing behind the wheel as he goes to the top. Junior, the drivers are talking about the force the actual steering wheel is taking. This new car, the steering of it, the downforce, the bigger tires, the combination of all three, just physically tougher to drive. It'll be interesting to see how it affects the drivers all night.
Yeah, like arm wrestling all night long. Yeah, hopefully they get out tired, wore out. We know these cars are going to take abuse too. It's, you know, we've seen this race car fail in some difficult situations throughout the season. Difficult part, all these new parts, the stuff that they've maintained.
Right now, Reddick leads Kyle Busch by no points, just by tiebreaker. Kyle Busch is up to 21st.
Was here, it was on dirt, so completely
Where's Reddick at?
For the cars and drivers.
He's in 23rd.
Old Denny, man, he's smart. He's moving around. He's going to find where this car wants to run.
Chase Elliott moving backwards. He's in 20th. No, actually,
right here.
he's back where Ram already started.
Away from
He's in
Briscoe.
24th.
Again, Briscoe was up there on the front row, running in the 4th spot now, but Bell has put a lot of pressure on him.
They ain't said anything, but Eric Almirola continuing to lead. This has been an impressive weekend for that 10 car and that team. He's had speed.
Briscoe still
obviously
running
qualifying
4th.
up front, but that speed is in that car as he maintains the lead, and a comfortable lead at that. Dave, what you got on the 11 car?
Well, to Rick's point about this place being covered in dirt earlier this year, this is the first time these guys have used these cars on this pavement. And it was a big challenge, according to Denny Hamlin's crew chief, Chris Gabehart. But he said Denny took to it right away, has a great feel for this place, and you can see here already testing the lines in the 11 car. Big challenge for these teams here. These are the three who've got it right so far.
Pretty soon.
A little bit higher up the racetrack, the 10 of Eric Almirola, and that closes the gap now from 1st to 2nd as Denny Hamlin has closed into 2 car lengths.
You got to look in the mirror and see that 11 car closer, and he's probably not going to try that again. Back to the bottom of the racetrack. Denny can't follow him. The dirty air is no good. He's going to have to go wherever this 10 car doesn't go to try to get some downforce, some grip in this 11 car. Up the top of the racetrack he goes.
We're seeing now from that Ford Performance on board that he's pulling away from Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
Most laps led tonight for Eric Almirola.
Here comes Blaney on the 11.
His 22 combined.
Denny doesn't like the top of 1 and 2. He's not really.
Here comes the 11, 12 on Hamlin.
He's made the high line work in 3 and 4 though. Actually got some good pace there, but in 1 and 2 it's not working.
Oh no, here comes, I don't know. The lap car might hurt them. The 78 of BJ McLeod, he gets lapped.
11 and the 12, and some of that traffic are playoff cars. Suarez and Austin Dillon just in front of the leaders, so 27 laps in and some playoff implications already.
You see the 22 of Logano, he's lost some spots. He's down to
Logano,
18.
18.
He's had a lot of pressure coming
Kyle
from
Busch
behind.
in 20th, that puts him in
struggling
and
a
Reddick
little bit.
out.
Kyle Busch, he's driving forward, Marty.
He has gained 1 spot, Jeff, and I talked to Ben Bayshore about how they're approaching this race, coming in barely below the cut line. Ben told me, honestly, it's 3 races in 1 for us. This first stage is massive for us in the 18 team. We have to get stage points because we know Chase Briscoe starting 2nd. He's likely going to get stage points, and we have to match that. So they have to come up through the field, and then how quickly they have to do it.
Blaney got past Hamlin. He's not clear yet.
I have to get
now he
comfortable with
definitely
being
is.
loose. What does he mean by that here at Bristol?
Well, what he was talking about, Marty, is that, you know, this car, especially this year's
Reddick
car,
and
is
Elliott
very
gain
hard
a
to drive
position.
when the back of the
That
car
puts
is not
Reddick back
attached to
in.
the racetrack. Feeling like it wants to spin out. It's hard to be aggressive with that. So, in order to go fast all night long, if you don't have a little bit of that,
coming up on the
eventually
next
it's never
car
going
to
to turn.
lap.
It's not going to turn like
But
you want it
Blaney
to.
and
So
Hamlin are
he thinks you're
also
gonna
following
have
in
that
swift
car
pursuit.
loose so that it's good on a long run.
Blaney up to 2nd, Almirola leading. You're watching NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Bristol. It's the Bass Pro Shops night race.
When you think Miami, lots of things come to mind. But when you think Homestead Miami, it's everything. The vibrancy of South Beach and the calm of the Keys. It's where you get a weekend of a million thrills, leading to one of the final chances to make it to the championship 4. It's everything we all think of when we think Miami, but so much more.
I love them damn racetracks.
Get your tickets now at HomesteadMiamiSpeedway.com.
Right now, it could seem like the only people who matter are the loudest. Those who want to tear things down, and then...
Commercials. Who wants those? been taking a little long. I'm back, and I didn't realize. Oh, caution for Burton, it looks like.
His pit stall.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a wear thing, or maybe there's something on the racetrack. Seems kind of odd. Let's take a look. Yeah, a lot of the tire issues that we've had this year aren't tire. They take a while to develop. You know, it takes several laps for this, you know, for a tire to fail, right? This could be something the teams might need to be concerned with as far as low air pressures and so forth. Yeah, so the best way to think about it is a sidewall on the tread, like a little bit of a 90-degree. Picture a coat hanger. You bend it enough time, the coat hanger breaks. Well, if you run too low in air, that corner of the tire goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And time after time after time, it gets hot, it springs a leak. And then, to your point, Dale, over time, it gets low, 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 and finally goes flat. Too much camber, too much tow, not enough air pressure. Multiple things go into this. Definitely some wall contact, but like we said, is this before or after? Checking the tow link right there, the steering, and making sure everything's still working for this 15 car JJA.
So they got the right side tires changed there. You can download the official app of NASCAR and follow the action with free live scoring, in-car cameras, as well as radio broadcasts. Search NASCAR in your app store to download and start a free trial. And now the parade going off pit road, and they're headed right at you, Marty.
Kevin Harvick said his car was building free, fairly happy with the handling of it, though. He did say, though, the brakes are shaking like crazy. They have a definite wobble to them. We'll certainly keep an eye on that, Kim.
And in the middle there, Kyle Larson told crew chief Cliff Daniels he needs help on the entry, just 2 free. It's going to be 4 tires and Snowgo fuel right there on the bottom. Chase Briscoe said he was just
12.9 for Harvick, a bad stop.
Larson
a 9.8.
It felt like his power steering went out, Dave.
Leader Lorian Blaney all the way around turns 3 and 4. Hard left turn into his stall. He'll get 4 Goodyear tires and Snowgo fuel just a little bit loose. As for Denny Hamlin, his car was migrating to the tight side on the exit of the corners. You get an adjustment for that, Dylan. Christopher Bell.
A really good one for Hamlin, 9.9.
By the end of it, he said we are really, really
Bell,
good.
11.5.
Tires and fuel for Bell, and here's the race off pit road.
Hamlin, Blaney, Almirola, Briscoe, Bell, Larson, Bowman, Chastain, Byron. Truex.
We get out. You might have heard of Carvana, and that we sell cars online. What you probably didn't know is that we're in the business of making you happy. We believe buying a car should be something that gets you hyped up. That you should be empowered to shop when you want, where you want, wearing whatever you want. And that your new car ought to come with new cloud hackers.
Hi, D. Grayson fan.
Hey.
Are you going to commentate, though?
Yeah.
Okay. As it was both Gailey and Burton that had tire problems. What? You better hope your guy needs to beat Reddick by 3 positions today to make it in. The way they've been running. Looks like some drivers, 6 cars stayed out. Keselowski, Bubba, Busher, Reddick, Suarez, and LaJoy.
True loyalty doesn't come around often. These people have helped build this place from the ground up.
So far, 4 cars at least 1 lap down. Gailey, Burton, McLeod, and Castle. Don't forget, if you want to watch an in-car camera, go to NASCAR Drive, click on Race Center, and there you'll find the live scoring along with all the in-car cameras you would ever want.
I'll go check on the state of Tulsa.
Welcome back to Bristol as we get ready for the restart, riding along with Eric Almirola, that Ford Performance on board. And Eric Almirola's car is showcasing the new Blue Oval City paint scheme. This all-new electric vehicle and battery manufacturing campus is in West Tennessee. This will be home to Ford's next all-new electric truck and will produce batteries for future Ford and Lincoln vehicles, with production beginning in 2025. Again, Eric Almirola was up front here earlier today.
You see the cars choose right here. Everybody kind of gets stacked up because you can't hit that orange box, but we've had a handful of cars stay on the racetrack. Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, Buscher, Reddick, Suarez, and LaJoie, the top 6 cars.
Alex Bowman did not pit either.
Bowman didn't. You see down there.
Why is he in 13th,
he came
though?
to pit road. He's running 13th.
Yeah, Steve, we talked about thinking that these tires were not losing much speed during a run. Well,
yes, he did.
We're getting ready to find out because the guys that were leading this race, they did pit.
Only 1 point.
Did not.
Yeah,
Good.
and you think
Okay.
about where some of those
You must
cars
be
were
ahead of
running.
me.
Brad had decent track position, but like Suarez was getting close to going a lap down. So we'll see if this pays off for the 99.
Field approaching the Geico restart zone. Again, Keselowski, Wallace up front, and not a great start there for Bubba Wallace in the 45. Brad Keselowski surges
leads
out.
on the restart.
You will see that all night long.
Buscher and Bubba side by side for second
all
spot.
the way back through the field. Everybody's giving up a couple rows or a couple positions just to take that outside line.
It looks like Buscher's going to be able
Chips
to
are
clear
delicious.
Bubba Wallace.
Buscher takes
So
second, and it's an RFK 1-2.
Tyler Reddick is fourth. Corey LaJoie out of Spire Motorsports back there in the 5th position.
Pretty wide
Now,
coming
Suarez
out of
is
turn
struggling,
2, I think.
Last cars on old tires. You've got all these guys
That's
right
always
on these
dangerous.
heels with new tires. Not a fun position to be in for this 99.
Suarez starting to
They're
drop.
pushing him. You feel like you're in the way. You're trying to do your best to find some pace. Trying to get somewhere on this racetrack. There's nowhere to hide. Look at that car bouncing in the back end off into turn 1, Dylan.
And they've been having that problem all weekend, Junior. Daniel said that was their issue yesterday. The car just bounced and he couldn't get it to turn. They're battling that again. Daniel said it's just way too tight. They told him, stop the bleeding. We got to stay inside the top 15 here. So that's the goal for stage 1.
Well, he qualified 29th, and he was running 29th. When the caution came out, he stayed out, and now he's trying to get some track position. The reason he was running 29th is because of the bouncing, the poor handling car, and over tires is not going to help that.
Oh, goodness. That can't feel good inside the car. I mean, what we can see, it's 10 times worse than the seat. But to your point, Jeff, right, 29th is kind of the line for this 99, right? If we run 30 laps here and he falls back to 20th, was he going to drive from 29th to 20th? Because it didn't look like it in the first 40 laps of the race.
Kyle Busch up by 2 now over Briscoe.
Yellow line on the inside. And Briscoe still trying to hold off that 99. Kim?
And some complications for him during his pit stop. He reported that he felt like his power steering went out. Well, I checked it with the team. They said it's a problem they felt like they've had for a few weeks. And it's not unmanageable. It is just very, very stiff and hard to turn that wheel. Briscoe currently in the 11th position.
Not unmanageable might be a matter of opinion. I'm not sure if Chase Briscoe is going to think that as fast and as loaded as
Suarez is still holding his own.
Look who's also coming into the picture here. Teammate there at Stewart
Harvick
Racing
needs to
before
win.
Kevin Harvick. Looks like that car's coming back to life.
Yeah, look at the 99. While the bouncing kind of continues, he's finding a little bit of pace off this top. Dale, really, the top seems like maybe that helps.
Yeah, I think Suarez almost basically cleared Briscoe, looks like, from here. And here comes Harvick to the outside of Briscoe.
See that car up there in front of him, the 7 running the bottom. That's Corey
man.
LaJoie. Use that car as a pick there and get some clean air. Right in front of him, there's no other cars.
Bubba and Reddick now.
Help him as well. This is the battle right now.
Battle for fourth, or third, excuse me.
Swapping that back and forth.
Behind them are Eric and Hamlin.
Little wiggle there out of Reddick in the 8s as Bubba Wallace driving the 45.
Interesting how Tyler Reddick is seen running the low line here. He's one of those drivers that's not afraid to run the high line in the 8 car. We'll see how that works over the course of the evening.
Bubba passed
Still with the advantage here. Reddick for
for
his
third.
during that run. It was tight across the bottom, 3 up top to start.
Not
Then
clear yet.
tight
Now
as well,
he's clear.
especially over the bumps in 1 and 2.
But he hasn't
He's the
slid.
highest
He has not
running
slid in front of him
playoff driver
though.
right now. Did not stop on that pit round.
13 laps in, now 14 laps in since the restart. Old tires still hold the top 4 positions. Keep that in mind. We get a late caution, a little bit of a shootout last night.
Now,
Noah Gragson,
definitely clear.
our nearly 100-lap tires won that Xfinity Series race. These crew chiefs right here paid attention. I know it's a different tire, but it looked the same in practice. These old tires are still holding on really well for the guys that have the cleaner air, Marty.
Nice battle between the Austins, both playoff drivers further back. Austin Cindric in 22nd.
Chase Elliott not running particularly well today. Again, I don't know what the hell they've been doing, but he's in 25th.
They got the wedge wrench stuck in the back window. So if you're Jeremy Bullins calling the rest of this race, does that take a page out of your playbook for adjustments of Austin Cindric moving forward? Would you be hesitant to make a wedge adjustment knowing, hey, that's a tight fit for that wedge wrench?
Yeah, that would be concerning for sure. But with so many laps left in the race, I'm not sure you could just take that adjustment off the table. I mean, we know the groove's going to move around. These concrete tracks change dramatically, and we're talking 434 to go. So this is where it comes down to communication and honesty. Go to that pit crew member. Like, could you have done it any better, or do we have an issue? Let's really talk through this.
Can you put grease on that and say, hey, is that something that could help out if that we make sure it doesn't stick in there?
Absolutely. I'll take any idea that allows me to still make wedge adjustments under these pit stops.
Rick Allen, problem solving for the 2 team.
The field's starting to move up the racetrack now. That high line has become the preferred line for most of these competitors. As Keselowski's still holding out the top spot. Busher, Wallace, Hamlin, and Reddick the top 5.
I guess the truck race is the only one where we were going to get old Bristol.
Reddick.
Hold
off. Eric Almirola.
Yeah, Hamlin passed Reddick. Hamlin passed Reddick. Almirola has not yet.
He's got to start playing some defense because he's got Blaney.
Suarez has got starting to fall back.
That's kind of, you're trying to make a pass on a car, but you also see the car behind you catching you, and that changes what you're able to do. Dylan.
And Dale, we just heard some radio report about Chase Briscoe possibly having some steering issues. Here's another Stewart Haas car maybe with a similar issue. Take a listen.
My steering doing what Chase talked about last week. Trying to rip it out of my hands in the middle of the corner.
So that's obviously not ideal anywhere, but we've talked a lot tonight about how hard the loading is going to be and how hard it's going to be to drive these cars when they're driving well. Not going to be easy when you have a steering issue.
Here comes Blaney.
So not only are you fighting this track, you're fighting against 35 other competitors, but now your car is
coming
fighting
close to
against you as
Almirola.
well as you're trying to turn. Keselowski out front has almost a
RFK leading the field by 2 seconds.
Here at Bristol.
Or at least Brad is.
This book
With a shield level annuity from Bright House Financial, your portfolio can benefit from growth potential with a level of protection from market volatility to help you follow your plans wherever they take you. Bright House Financial, build for what's ahead.
Life gets bigger when you break from the herd. The Volkswagen Tiguan. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the 2022 Tiguan, starting at $26,490. Limited inventory available.
Love your cat but hate dealing with their litter? It's time to try Pretty Litter. While other litters cover odor with harsh chemical perfumes, Pretty Litter's silica gel-based crystals absorb the odor to eliminate it. Say goodbye to stinky, clumpy litter and hello to a smarter litter. Our color-changing technology is designed to let you know when your cat might be having health issues. It's 99.9% dust-free, so you and your cat can breathe easier. And it's delivered free to your doorstep. Go to prettylitter.com to try the world's smartest cat litter today.
Eliminating grays is as easy as combing your hair. With Just For Men Easy Comb in Color. Just twist and comb. Getting natural looking results has never been easier.
Let's get this meeting started.
For most men, trust Just For Men.
It's amazing what you can build on AWS. Imagine creating cool stuff that can make ordering tacos a breeze. Or let you watch every shot from every player anywhere you want. Just imagine what they can do when I'm in charge.
Two Sonic Chop House cheeseburgers coming up. Adding the crispy onions.
Why does every burger from Sonic looks terrible? Thin,
Sonic
greasy.
Chop House cheeseburger, ready for pickup.
Who wants a thin burger? No one. You want a big and juicy burger.
Like this one. Looking down on the last Drake Coliseum. This aerial coverage brought to you by Geico and
Austin Cindric goes a lap down.
Nearly 100,000 fans in the grandstand.
What's up with that?
Watching as Brad Keselowski continues to lead. Busher running in the second spot.
We got a car in the wall. The two of
Austin Cindric.
Well, now I know why.
Yeah, I think does he have a right front down as well? This could be the third flat right front.
Yep, says he had a right front flat, Steve, and he's trying to
Yeah,
get
we're
a
still
hold of
green,
it.
though.
I can imagine how frustrating that must be as a driver, Jeff. There's the
Well,
hold to get off
Cindric was
the
already
line.
below the cut, I think, or just barely above it.
I don't know if coincidence or just bad luck. All three Fords, the 21 of Harrison Burton,
Yeah,
the
all the
Rickware Racing car,
yeah,
and now
Rickware
the
Racing,
of Cindric.
Harrison,
Fords,
Wood Brothers, Penske,
This is huge for
another
Cindric.
flat.
He was not that great in points anyway. This is a major setback, Marty.
Yes, you're right, Jeff. Came in below the cut line. This is going to be a huge setback for Austin.
Damn, that thing really went flat.
Will normally lose
There
these
was
two
nothing
spots
on
at
that thing.
least. Jeremy Bullens making the call, though, for 4 Goodyear tires here to make sure they got it. They did see it was the right front flat. Austin Cindric, his playoffs in jeopardy now after losing multiple laps.
Cindric now 22 points below the cut line, 4 laps down. He is currently the last place car.
Look at it right here. Yeah, flat right front tire, just, oh man, straight up the hill. It definitely just went flat.
It looks almost identical to what we saw in the 21 car.
And the two did. I was bringing up
that car is slow.
It's easy to make a mistake here. It's
there,
a long
just
pit
got
road
off.
Under yellow, under green, you only have to run your half, front or back stretch. Thank goodness, because the two cars still 3 laps down. If he had run the entire pit road, it would have been 5 or 6 laps down. But the young rookie, very wise. He knows it's a bad situation, but only ran his straightaway, Marty, that did save them at least a lap.
And Steve, I think this is extremely important to
he's
know.
4 down.
Austin Cindric just told Jeremy Bullens on the radio, I had no contact with anybody at any point. Boy, if you're a crew chief and you hear that, we are now 90 laps into this race. I'm sure everyone on pit road is now concerned.
Steve, we talked camber, too, about these cars. And some people
Great, I gotta stay off Discord because now I know what's gonna happen.
Coincidence?
Oh, we got another right front flat, the 12.
Blaney goes a flat.
Another Ford.
10 spins behind him.
And the caution comes out
And they're all
Eric
Fords.
Almirola spinning in that 10.
Oh, and
So
Albert
about the Fords.
What are the odds that the first 5 cars to spin? What are the odds that the first 5 cars to spin are all Fords?
I don't know if they are all just randomly going down, right? These are all the same manufacturer. I don't think it's a Ford issue as far as aero or something specific. It's more of an information concern, right?
We are literally around the same lap. We're 45 laps in. We had the 2 right front tires on the 15 and the 21. Now we're about 40 laps.
I mean, Almirola does not have a right front flat. He just spun.
Again. So around 40 to 45 laps is when these tires are starting to give these guys issues.
Ooh.
So you watch the 12 go up. That's pretty hard contact. There might be suspension damage.
And Almirola just spins
out just because it's, everything's happening so fast. Dale, to your point, I believe these tires are being damaged early when the air pressure is the lowest, right? That's when the damage is happening. It takes 40-something laps for this to become a big, big issue. And now we have the 12 sitting on pit road, and I think he has lost a wheel.
Yes, he did lose
What?
the wheel.
Oh, great. Loses a wheel, so now he's going to lose his crew. He's going to lose Jonathan Hessler for 4 races.
Tire on that car.
Congratulations, but Brian Blaney just won this race.
Oh my God! They just pitted him. Great! Congratulations!
If your tire stays in your
Congratulations!
But that is a big deal. Went down, you start to hit the wall. The pre-pit, very dangerous situation. Hopefully nobody was hurt from that equipment. Dale, back to your point, right? 45 laps. We've had a Rickware Ford. We've had the 21, the 2, and now the 12. They all share information. Now it is what can you change here? Camber, you're kind of locked in. Can you get enough air pressure in it to bring yourself to a comfortable level? This is we talked about Bristol. Hey, what don't we know? Well, now we know.
And we're on lap 94 right now.
Susceptible to damage. I would, since it's being consistent with one factory, I would say it's some sort of setting.
With this trouble, only 12 points above the cut line now for Ryan Blaney, who, coming in here, looked as though he was in pretty good position.
Yeah,
Jonathan. I would think that would force you on a pit road right here, too. Like, if you are Ford sharing that information, I don't see how you can keep running. I think you got to change tires and make some sort of air pressure adjustment.
Well, Joey Logano, right? He's the
Penske's the last,
Marty.
The Penske 2's down, Penske 12's down, the Wood Brothers 21, which is affiliated with Penske's down. That leaves Logano.
His car was better, still a little bit tight, but Rodney Childers did tell him, listen, 2 cars lost tires within a few laps of each other, so you got to wonder if another Ford made adjustments there, Dave.
Toyota on the top of the screen, Denny Hamlin running fine, moved his way back up toward the front. After that first stop, they'll make another one here. 4 more Goodyear tires, Dylan.
Dave, Chris Buescher on the bottom of the screen didn't pit at the first yellow. They'll come in here and pit this time. Was running second. Said his car was pretty good up front when he had a little bit cleaner air. We'll see what he does here mired in traffic.
Not a good sign right here. The hood of the 10 up for Eric Almirola.
When we started Carvana, they told us that
some are title contenders like Elliott, Larson, and Busch, while others are looming like Chastain and Suarez. One thing is clear.
You know, what was the last time there was a loose wheel?
NASCAR playoffs return for a Texas-sized showdown at the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 500 Sunday, September 25th. Be a part of the action and enjoy tons of
now placing the steering is off.
Family. Plus, all new fan amenities like the world's longest belly-up bar and more. Lock in your tickets at TexasMotorspeedway.com.
Seems fine to me. Yeah, exactly right.
Dad, how big is the ocean?
Let me call you Billy.
That is a really good question.
Tell me a joke.
Knock, knock.
You ready?
Hey, Blaney's a lap down right now in 32nd.
Some banks give you credit card rewards, but you have to jump through hoops to use them. With Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount, anytime.
Keep the motor running till the victory bell. One for the money to another show. The race starts and is now in rock and roll.
Just $5 to for $5 menu only at Sonic or in the app. The 22 of Joey Logano, Dave, looked like he had to come back to pit road.
More mistakes, Rick. The left rear tire, the left rear wheel was not secured on this Ford. No other reports of tire damage on the 22, but the left rear was not secured.
Penske getting fucked harder than an anime or than a harem.
The 11 of Denny Hamlin running strong tonight. He's in a Toyota. His crew chief, Chris
Gambar,
is
that's just
watching
embarrassing,
this situation
man.
very carefully. Listen.
Front down on the 12. We have had no known issues in our camp.
Oh.
I think we can due diligence-wise to confirm
Same thing
that.
what's happening to these Ford right fronts? Hocevar, same thing that happened at the test months ago.
Absolutely. You know, and like what Chris Gabehart said, everything we know, I mean, everyone down here is in a real hustle, so they're on their communication, talking to their war rooms, Jeff, trying to make sure everybody has the same information.
Concerned about right front load, the only way to back that off is slow down. I mean, you know, if from the driver, that's
What's
the other thing that he can do is slow down. Are you telling your driver to slow down, or are you telling him to roll?
No, I need option B, please. All right, Tyler.
Blaney's a lap down, so it is 4 down.
Brad Keselowski on the outside.
Let's see. How long do you think? We're now 100. We're now on lap number 100.
Top spot. Here comes Christopher Bell in the 20, and he'll take second away.
And that Kyle Busch made it 3 wide in the middle of 1 and 2. He is picking
Where's
a ton of
Buescher at?
spots up right here.
Kyle
16.
Busch up to third now.
What a restart by Kyle.
Yeah, that outside line working as we see Chase Briscoe in the 14 also taking another spot. Marty.
Remember what Ben Bayshore said to me earlier today, and I just reported a little while ago, stage 1 is huge to us. The car we have to beat, the 14 car of Chase Briscoe. Kyle Busch with an incredible restart. They did not pit last time, 24 to go in the stage, and they look like they could.
Blaney's now 16 points above the cut line.
How about that?
Well,
13 points over the cut line.
Hopefully it'll stick with the plan. I love that call. You see the 5 on the bottom, the 8 run on the top. Just remind everybody on the left-hand side, Brad Keselowski and Tyler Reddick, 102 laps. We've seen these right front issues on the Fords. Keselowski in a Ford. He has the same set of tires from the beginning of the race, continues to lead. So the durability as far as grip is there. It's just a question if there's another setting that are causing
The 8
these
looked a little loose with that side-by-side camera with his battle with the 5. And Larson going for fifth spot. He gets it.
Spark still coming out behind the 12. What's going on here, Steve?
I don't know what he has. He's had a missing left rear tire, plus he had a flat right front. Something is obviously bent and dragging.
Remember, he hit the right side wall pretty hard.
Very hard. It looks like something under the right half of the car, like some of the right rear suspension can bend with these coilovers and actually change the height of the car significantly.
He gets lapped. He's now a second lap down.
20 laps for Blaney. I think he can go 20 laps. I don't know if it'll make it that long.
Blaney is so freaking slow. He's got to get down to the apron.
Blaney has moved down. He's only 16 ahead of the line.
If Blaney's a hazard, like someone's going to crash into him at this rate.
There you go. Feels like something's bent. Probably going to break. And all these other cars, you can't.
Like he's stuck on the outside. Which means he's just going to hold up everyone on the. He's going to hold up the fastest lane. Oh my God! Eric Jones almost runs into him. Oh my God!
Toe link bends, and could it be something that's causing sparks?
I think it's the lower control arm or something that actually can adjust the height of the toe. Really only affects
Jesus Christ! There's no room for him to get down. He's stuck there, going. He's a roadblock. He can't. Oh, he blends behind. No, he can't even blend behind Cody Ware. He can't get down. You let the whole field get by him. Get down to the bottom, man.
Now the left side's dragging as well.
Why are they still?
I mean, they have a big issue.
Blaney's just. Well, it's a shit sandwich.
So now they won't be out of the race. I know that doesn't help, Jeff, but at least you get to continue.
Great, they cleared the DVP, but goddamn, they're still running. This is just almost hilariously bad.
Whatever's going on, it's getting worse and worse. Like the back of the car is getting lower and lower and lower.
Finally pulling on the pit road.
He came on
oh,
the apron now.
That thing's bobbing up and down.
So they're going to the pit box now, Dave.
What the hell is wrong with it?
He's in now, and we'll see what they can do. You see the wedge wrenches going in there. They're changing the entire setup in the back of that car, hoping it'll just stay up.
Oh God, no! It was bobbing.
So much adjustment. These coilover shocks have basically a little hydraulic thing.
Good. You know, luckily for him, Suarez, who is 16. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say. So Suarez has to finish atop getting stage points. If he doesn't get Suarez, does not get stage points. If he registers a top 5, I think he'll pat. Blaney gets knocked out of the playoff. He's in last place right now.
That's my kind of pit strategy. That's the easiest thing I can do from a top of the pit box is drink the water and just stay on the racetrack. Great call right here from the 6th car, Matt McCall. I know they're, first year.
Oh my God, it's futile.
There he is on the bottom, a late model racer himself, driven a lot of cars, and like Brad, could he be the big upset? We've seen 2 non-playoff drivers, Jeff. Could Brad Keselowski make it 3 in a row?
Blaney got really slow again. That's something that's broke.
Oh my God, he's so slow.
NASCAR is going to get fed up with this.
Holy shit! Damn, like people are starting to are so close to running into him.
You mentioned hey guys, crew chief Jonathan Hassler told me before the start of this race today, the one thing that we have to avoid is early trouble. We need stage tires.
Another.
He's going to come back again, Junior.
He flattened. He's got a flat right rear. He flattened a different tire.
They go to the garage, just that's it, just.
So now the toe link's broken. So there was a suspension item. Now I think it's the toe link as well.
Good God, what a disaster for Blaney.
They're going to go 25, 50 laps down and hope there's a lot of attrition. I know that's hard to say, but that's all they have left. Make the necessary repairs before you are eliminated from the race.
Under 5 laps to go in stage 1, and as you mentioned, Brad Keselowski out in front has just a 0.2 of a second lead over Christopher Bell. You see how close it is. Bell again, already locked into the next round.
Yeah, can Logano please get a flat two?
Playoff point if Christopher Bell could get in front of Brad Keselowski to win this stage. The bottom of the racetrack, he's made up the ground again. Now, 3 laps to go here at Bristol in stage 1.
Brad has not come off the bottom of the racetrack this entire run. There he goes to the top. Trying to find some speed. Bell has to go to the bottom. Stay out of that dirty air. Brad, oh, a little bit loose right there.
Under 2 laps to go. Keselowski trying to hold off Bell. It's Keselowski, Bell, Kyle Busch, Briscoe, and Larson. They're all in the top 5. The final lap of stage 1. Bowman, Buescher, Reddick, Byron, and Martin Truex Jr. in the top 10. Coming out of 4 for the final time, and Keselowski is going to win.
Brad K wins the stage. Christopher Bell second. Busch, Kyle Busch third. Chase Briscoe 4th, Kyle Larson in 5th, 6th for Bowman, 7th for Buescher, 8th for Reddick, 9th for Byron, and 10th for Truex. This should lock, I think, Byron into the next round.
With 2022 wins, that means 18 different winners.
I think Byron gets locked in.
Just sold my car with CarGurus.
Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels, headlights, and a similar build, but our resemblance is right there.
Blaney was also
You see, the
penalized for
Camry's been
pitting
named
too
best-selling
soon
car in
earlier.
America. But cheer up, wannabe twinsies. If you try harder, maybe you can catch up. Later, Toyota.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with 24/7 roadside assistance. Shop online and visit your Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering purpose and belonging well earned. Fighting
This is almost hilarious. It's hilariously bad.
Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment is visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis. Always faithful. Always Marine.
So William Byron fans watching Bowman, Elliott, and Larson fans be toxic to other fan bases 24/7.
With models that fit any lifestyle. And innovative ways.
The next gen at Bristol is loud for the drivers inside the car as well as everyone
elegant
watching.
design and progressive technology. All the exhilaration, none of the compromise.
Okay, Byron needs 8 points at Bristol to advance to the next round. So that at bare minimum, at maximum. He's gotten 2 of them, but he's probably locked in at this point.
Think he's posting about all that ancient
I don't
Roman
know.
coinage? No. He's seizing the moment with Merrill, moving his money into his investment account in real time. And that's how you collect coins.
Your money never stops working for you with Merrill, a Bank of America company.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure it's really. I'm not really.
Bristol, it's the Bass Pro Shops night race as the field making their way on pit road, Marty.
Rick, I'm sure if Ben Bayshore...
I don't really buy that it's a catastrophic tire failure issue just yet. It's all been Fords, and we didn't have we didn't have a tire failure in the last stint.
He said, I can feel it starting to hurt the right front really bad. I need a big adjustment for a longer run, Kim.
First stop of the night for Brad Keselowski. Just said it's a little bit tight and his front tires chattering over the bumps. You see them finishing service there. Chase Briscoe on the bottom said balance not bad. 3 and 4 is pretty good. He needs to work on 1 and 2. It just bottoms out sometimes, Dave.
Tyler Reddick stayed out the entire stage. 3 stage points for him. He needs them as well. He'll get 4 tires here. The left rear he felt was bottoming out. Dylan.
In the middle of your screen, Christopher Bell still pretty happy with
All
his
right,
race
Reddick,
car.
Bell, Bowman, Pitts. Reddick with a 12.5, Bell with a 13.3, Bowman with a 10.6. Winner off pit road is Chase Briscoe, then Larson, Logano, Kyle Busch, Bowman, Bell. Keselowski loses 6 spots. Truex, Reddick, Byron, Reddick, excuse me.
Right now, it could seem like the...
A good crew knows conditions can change.
Which means some drivers stayed out.
That's why the crew at Carvana gives you 7 days to make sure your car fits your needs. Triplets. This calls for 3rd row seating.
Eliminating grays is as easy as combing your hair. With Just for Men Easy Comb in Color. Just twist and comb. Getting natural looking results has never been easier.
Get this meeting started.
For most men, trust Just for Men.
Think Dad's searching doggy diet plans for Josie?
Anyway, man, what?
He's switching his choice cashback category to home improvement, so he earns more on a new doggy door. Extra large.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
Sorry, Mom. It's amazing what you can build on AWS. Imagine creating cool stuff that can make ordering tacos a breeze and let you watch every shot from every player anywhere you want. Learn about investing in the coolest companies and watch your favorite team from the other side of the world. Just imagine what they can do when I'm in charge.
President's Cup on NBC and Peacock.
Tonight's race recap is built by Northern Tool and Equipment. All right, guys, it seems like tires the issue.
Yeah, started with Harrison Burton, the right
Or
front goes down. Does a nice job.
I'm
doesn't
thinking
make a lot
it's
of contact.
for now, I'm saying it's Penske
You can't
setups.
say the same for the 2 of Cedric, but his goes down. Pretty big contact and even heavier contact for the 12 of Blaney, guys. Yeah, Blaney also rear suspension damage. That contact, so he's been on pit road, still on pit road trying to fix this car. See the pieces and tools, everything they need to be able to change the bent.
Almirola, too many crew members over the wall.
So loses the tire, hits the wall.
But Parkers believes Byron is clinched, but was waiting on an information.
He then goes out, runs minimum speed with the damaged car. That doesn't just reset it to 0, that eliminates it. You're no longer on the clock. And for that reason, he can really sit here and make whatever changes he needs, but he just continues to lose laps.
Blaney's 20 laps down right now. We're on lap 132, now 133.
Looks like they're making changing. And when the car was out there on the racetrack sparking,
Burton's back on the lead lap.
With the damage, what would bend to allow that car to travel more, right? So it's definitely the lower A-frame and those suspension parts that allow that car to lay on the racetrack. That's right. That's where that shock is mounted. So if that, foundation of your house moves, the whole thing settles. That's basically what happens. The lower control arm bends, the whole car settles.
Goodyear just came by and said that last right front we took off was good.
That's Rocky Childers giving that information to Kevin Harvick, who's on the inside. Busher on the outside as we get back underway. Stage 2
Anyway,
underway
I can
here.
officially say William Byron has clinched his spot in the round of 12.
Because he's nervous. He's seeing all these issues. And he's putting that up in his head, and it's going to bother him.
Well, he also pitted on lap 95, so he didn't put on stickers right here, so he knows he's got to run these tires for a little while.
Ross Chastain was at the bottom of the racetrack, just drifting way up high.
Battle back here in the middle of the pack. It's insane. You got guys way up against the wall. Look at the 5. Larson going 3 wide. He has to back out right here. A lot of giving and a lot of taking. It's got to be equal. And when it gets unequal, that's when they have problems.
At some point, they give you a shot and take your spot. But that ain't got to that point just yet.
195,
It's coming, though. Only lap 137. It's only going to get more aggressive.
Races. So I believe Butcher at this point is 222 races without a win.
2 here around Bristol.
5. So far, in the last 28 races, he's won 27 of them. Yeah.
Todd Gilliland in the 38, trying to make the move on the 42 of Ty Dillon.
Todd stayed out. He pitted last on lap 95. Logano, he's the highest guy to pit it, but he only put 2 tires on.
Caution!
Got a crash on the front
Burton again.
Around Harrison Burton.
Get it back around.
Right front tire down again.
Jesus.
This is going to be a long
same drive.
Yeah, right front's flat.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a Penske affiliated car.
This 21 car, you have to ask yourself, if you can't put enough air pressure in it, or if that's going to have too much of a damage, then Brian Wilson needs to come up with a plan A or B. I mean, you hate to say it, but
I'm thinking it's just a car.
Right here. I guess
oh my God, almost took out Almirola. Castle gets one of his 3 laps back.
Yeah, I would think if the right front was down, he wouldn't have been spinning there.
Yeah, I agree, Jeff. just jumped to the right front. Now, if the crew chief hit me, I'm trigger happy to talk about tires going down because that's what I'm so concerned about. That looked like a separate issue.
Eric punted Cedric into Burton.
21 back onto pit road and to the attention of his crew.
A Ford punted a Ford into a
one
Ford.
Of the rookies in the field. Harrison's was a spin, but once again, a theme that we are seeing: right front tires going down.
This is just stupid, man. All the Fords.
The next generation of Wi-Fi, it's here with supercharged speeds, faster than a gig.
Ford came, and Landon Castle gets a lap back.
Xfinity, proud
a non-playoff Ford punted a playoff Ford into a non-playoff Ford.
Chase Elliott had an epic battle a year ago with Kevin Harvick. Ended up not working out for either of them as Kyle Larson ended up winning the race. Right now, Chase Elliott running in the 20th spot.
Yeah, and Harrison, I had mentioned, he had a flat
Flew
tire
over
earlier,
City, not doing it.
So even with that caution, they're the last car in the lead lap. Now we're starting. Landon Castle's going to get the free pass. He was multiple laps down. We have no one lap down. That's not surprising here. Sometimes we see it, but it's been I call it a slow go to run the first 141 laps. I just think that makes it just an even more exhausting night for these drivers. Just time in the car. The effort's still going to be there to run all the laps.
31 cars on the lead lap, and as you mentioned, the last one there is Harrison Burton. 4 cautions come out, the most recent for Harrison.
Get up, people, for a new Sunday tradition, because Peacock's bringing together 2 great American inventions, baseball and brunch. MLB Sunday Leadoff, exclusively on Peacock.
Here's what you expect from your wireless plan. But in T-Mobile, this is what you get. And so much more. Like a free Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4. Get even more with T-Mobile.
Welcome to Subway's biggest refresh yet. They're drafting 12 new subs for their all-new Subway Series menu.
You've never seen subs like this before, Chuck. Meteoric meatiness and Chowtown cheesiness.
Let's go to our panel for more appetizing analysis.
The new Monster's bacon has consummate, craveable crispiness.
The new boss is a perfect 10.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Grog, thank you for nothing.
The new Subway Series. What's your pick?
Getting outdoors is all about the experience, the challenge, the views, the victories. We put that in your body. Clean ingredients like coconut oil, activated charcoal, and shea. No harsh chemicals, outdoor-inspired scents, and recycled packaging. Every man Jack. Naturally derived, outdoor-inspired.
Did you know that people everywhere are recommending GoodRx?
My doctor told me about
bad year
GoodRx
tires.
to help us save money on our meds.
And my daughter told me about it. I take a lot of prescriptions. GoodRx helps me keep up.
My neighbor showed me the app. It's helped me save on my kids' allergy pills.
Americans everywhere are sharing the savings.
Dropping off a prescription.
Another good reason to check GoodRx.
Now this half-mile track.
The old hockey fight. Slash turns into the wreck a little bit later. Tape room working hard tonight. A lot going on right here. This is on board the 10 right here. You're going to see a little contact with the 2 of Cindric. He's trying to save his car.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, Almirola did punt Cindric into Burton.
21, so I'm going to shove you into the fight and then walk away, Rick. And if you get, man, I'm sorry if it ends up bad for you.
Yeah, once again, great job by those folks down in our truck finding that.
That's what happens when you are on the pole and now you're back here in the middle of the mess in 29th, trying to work your way back to the front. There comes Almirola.
So it's Busher and Harvick making up row 1 once again as the field approaching the Geico restart zone. In 4 cautions already. Busher on the outside, Harvick on the inside.
Oh man, that was an interesting
There we
restart.
go.
Really
really good for the inside line.
All right. Anyway, Neil Denson, no. Speedy, hi, Dom. Yeah, crazy game. Chris Moore, what crap? Watch NASA live. What dice? I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, we're nearing lap 150.
Bubba Wallace in the 45. The money line 45 of Wallace on the outside. Cole Custer on the inside in the 41.
And basically what I'm seeing right here, Steve, is you need to call this race kind of like a road course. As good as this tire is, fast as you could be on an old tire, all you need to do is really just pitch yourself to cycle toward the front. Wow, look at the one car. Just went way to the top of the racetrack. When are you making your last pit stop? 150 to go?
Yeah, absolutely. These guys that pit at 95 are going to try to go all the way to the end of stage 2, I would assume. And then you, just like you said, it's all about when you make that last pit stop. This one car continues to run up the racetrack. Money line on board here for the 45 of Bubba Wallace. That's exactly right, Junior. I'm doing the math backwards very quickly. I want to get that last set of tires on as soon as I can make it on fuel.
He's still on pit road, but he's 40 laps down.
Hey, Steve, let's debate that a little bit, though. If you're Kevin Harvick and Rodney Childers, you're sitting in second. You're going to try to go, as you mentioned, 155 laps to the end of stage 2. You're a Ford car, though. You've seen a couple of Fords have tire issues tonight. Is that worth the risk to be able to push it to the end of stage 2 on these good years?
I don't think laps have anything to do with it. It's another issue. As Dale pointed out, the consistency or the kind of the consistent detail is done about lap 40 for the cars that had a right front tire. We saw Brad Keselowski easily run 125. So I think if your car is set up correctly, the Goodyear tires that came off Brad Keselowski, the report from Kim Kuhn under caution was that they looked absolutely fine. So at this point, you can't call the race scared. You're going to have to go and run as long as you can on those tires. Plus, with the 4-Rick, he's still 19 points below the cut line. He needs to find victory lane.
Steve, the other variable in that equation is they know what setup they have in there, and if it's similar to what the 12 had in it, or if it's similar to what the 21 had in it, then you would say, okay, wait a minute, we might need to worry about it. But if you're similar to the 6, you're saying, well, we think we're good.
Well, you're assuming they all know. Just because they're Fords, I don't believe that RFK and Stewart-Haas Racing and Penske share that much information. If they do, then the world has changed dramatically. I think there's some sharing of information, but I would have a hard time living in the world if I just had to open my notebook for everybody that had the same manufacturer.
Bubba Wallace painting the bottom of this racetrack as Ross Chastain taking an opposite line around here.
Cole Custer and Haley are running 6 and 7.
Ross Chastain's line.
After that, you'd have to go back to Gill in 15th to the next non-winner.
In that blue and black number 45. Bubba Wallace said his car was a little bit loose coming to the end of the stage. They made adjustments for that, and he said love it as they restarted in stage 2. One thing to keep in mind, he had 2 different restarts. One where he restarted in second gear, didn't like it at all. Restarting in first was a little bit better, so keep an eye on that.
It's good when your driver says love it. Chris Buescher out in front. Harvick, Hamlin, Wallace, Chastain, the top 5. There's a fight for the 10 spot. Logano in the 22 trying to get by Bowman in that 48.
Bowman had great speed in practice. Thought he had a really, this is a team that doesn't really have a lot of pace this year. Showed up this weekend looking really, really fast. He put together a good race tonight to get a lot of points. Larson also had great pace in practice, and he hasn't been able to really work himself toward the front.
Yeah, if they're just limited to running this bottom, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to need to figure out a way to get that track position. Otherwise, passing on that bottom is proved difficult. You see the 48 looked like he almost had that 22 clear. The 22 drives right back by him on the straightaway. There again, he's clear. Here comes the 22 back on the outside. Just so hard to be able to put that pass together. It takes many, many corners. Wow. 18 there.
Yeah, Kyle Busch almost into the back.
What do y'all think of Chris Buescher? I want to know what you think in the chat.
Earlier in the pre-race show, Kyle Busch said, with my success at Bristol, 8 wins here, more than anybody in the field. I've always worked the bottom. Tonight, he's having to work the top. So they've had to adjust on this race car, which gets tighter the longer that Kyle runs. In fact, Earlier in the run, he said it was 8 out of 10 tight on the bottom of the racetrack, working the high groove now. For his teammate Martin Truex Jr., he's back in the 16th position. The Bass Pro Shop car with the Bass Pro Shop onboard camera tonight. Truex is saying he's having intermittent steering issues. We've heard this throughout the weekend here. We've also heard it earlier. He said it's just like the test at the Roval last year. And when it locks up big. Junior, the other thing that Martin Truex Jr. said is that he had something in his eye in stage 1. He tried to get it out under the last caution, couldn't do it, said it's really bothering him inside the race car. Add 500 laps at Bristol to all of that as Kyle Busch makes a pass around Kyle Larson. I can't imagine what something in your eye would feel like.
And that is going to be a long night. We're hearing a lot of drivers talking about that, Marty. Just very difficult. You have power steering, and then all of a sudden when it gets loaded up, it gets very hard to turn. Well, it's hard to turn right in the middle of the corner when you need the car to turn the most. The guys are going to have to be conditioned. The one advantage they have, it's not a very hot night. So temperatures are coming down. That's going to help the drivers, but you better come into this race physically prepared.
We continue to show
Harvick up to second. He needs to win tonight.
The screen, and you see right now in 9th at Blaney, they are still on pit road as we continue to watch the battles on the racetrack.
Blaney 59 laps down.
Suarez, he is loose. The back of that car, it keeps dancing.
Suarez
around.
right now
Using
in the
that
playoffs by
highlight
13,
to keep
15.
his position, but he is driving his hands off tonight. He is working hard.
Harvick there battling, closing in on Busch for the lead. But to see what options Harvick has as he closes in on his 17 car. Buescher running the top of the racetrack.
The opposite of Richmond.
Harvick followed him up there.
Yeah, Harvick runs a low entry, traditionally lower than the car in front of him. And then he runs a higher exit, so he's sort of offset both times. Entering and exiting the corner, there's a little offset, which we know this car really appreciates any kind of offset as far as downforce and grip. But how does he make the pass? That's the question.
Harvick 2 wins already this season. They came back-to-back, but it was after a long drought. A lot longer than Harvick was hoping for.
His line is unique to any. There's no one else that runs this line, and I know it's just a few feet different, but he enters a little bit lower, then he runs off the corner a lot higher. I do not know how he makes the pace.
On there.
It kind of goes against the style that you would typically drive. You know, you never chop the entry or shallow up the entry and think that's going to make a fast lap. He makes it work around this unique racetrack. Time and time again, he makes it work. No matter the car, no matter the race, this guy figures it out.
And how about RFK? And the driver up front of Kevin Harvick, that is Chris Buescher. And he's never led here before, but right now, leading at Bristol.
Bubba in fourth.
A little bit of smoke out of the 45.
Oh!
Right side smoking. Absolutely.
Big
No. Boy, doesn't have a damn.
steering issue. Yeah, says he can't turn it, so
It's not flat.
let's see on board.
Oh, he can't. No, he can't steer his
It's
car.
hard to tell from this angle. Obviously, you see the cars going by. He's having some sort of issue behind the wheel. So the difference in this one, guys, is that the other, when they have power steering and then they lose it, it just gets hard to turn. He was never having it right there.
Well, if he had smoke, that tells me that there has to be fluid somewhere. Either the tire's rubbing something, or there's fluid. Look at the inside of that right front tire that just came off. Soaking wet. Guys, there's no reason to change tires. That's not going to fix this issue. You're going to have to open the hood and start looking at it. Look at this tire. Look at all that area right there. All that shine on that tire, all that right there, that is fluid.
Yeah.
Tire's full.
Yeah, but that's it's an engine issue.
You either need to open the hood or push it behind the wall. Yep, behind the wall or mechanical issues you're going to have to have. He can't even move. That's wild.
So yeah, still not a tire failure.
Now on pit
Well,
road, shaking his head. You can go from the highest of highs to the lowest of
Bubba
lows. And it's
might
happening
finish
right here
one.
at Bristol.
So, and he got off before with a big problem. It's a
Wi-Fi from Xfinity.
With a shield level annuity from Bright House Financial, your portfolio can benefit
Good
from
thing the
growth
40
potential
font.
with a level of protection from market volatility to help you follow your plans wherever they take you. Bright House Financial, build for what's ahead.
Wow, so crazy right now.
For every generation.
Yeah, power steering. Well, his power steering died lately.
Discovering purpose and belonging well earned.
Good thing the 45 won last week to get it into the next round of the Owners playoff.
But Maroons are never really finished.
Oh, Ty Gibbs with the hood up too.
Their commitment is visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis. Always faithful. Always Maroon.
Penske can't get their tires working. Can't get their tires working. 2311
What
can't
is
get
this place?
Welcome to Irish Spring.
can't get their engines working.
Stinkiness is unwelcome.
Oh my God.
Bad smells must receive their correction.
Irish Spring, smelled from a nice smelling place.
Blaney has his hood up too. I can't see it because NBC Sports.
Polo for any occasion. It's perfect for dressing up. It's perfect for a round with the boys. And it's perfect for being deep in thought. Basically, it's perfect for anything, which is why it's the only shirt in my closet. I actually have to get some more.
Penske can't get their tires working. 2311 can't get their engines working.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Seriously? Performances too!
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I on your dress?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Oh my God. Oh, this is. Also, cars that have gone a lap down.
Side for the lead.
Cody Ware a lap down. LaJoy a lap down. Eric Jones a lap down.
Race, almost taking the lead away from Buescher, but there. Buescher comes down to the bottom of the racetrack, and he holds on to that top spot.
Both 2311 Toyotas are
Blaney. They've been working on it for quite a few laps. And so they are behind the wall right now trying to fix the 12.
Blaney's 82 laps down, by the way.
Sorry guys, I was getting
all right, Gibbs out of the race.
Standing in front of, which was near the 12 car here, so safety issues abound here. They're far along on the right rear. They've gone to the right front as well, but remember how they got here to this point, and now they even
it's a race of survival.
Chance in the playoffs.
We got a car at 21
points, and they're only
21.
a little bit.
Yeah, Harrison Burton up into the wall.
You get a flat again.
23 is backwards on the front stretch as well.
What?
Oh, everybody is going by him. There's chaos everywhere.
Jesus, it's a billion.
Jones spins. He just went. He just.
Wait, the 43?
We got the 3, the 43, and the 21 all having problems on the same lap of each other.
Yeah, Harrison's got another right
What in the world?
Take a look here. This is Eric Jones in the 43. You see him, and there
Oh.
was the contact made.
So he
the
spun on.
42 sees the 21. He tries to run the middle lane, and the 43 kind of just gets stacked up.
I thought there was a 3.
And these cars here.
Avoiding.
Yeah. Oh man, the
Okay,
21. So
21
whatever
to
it
6.
is, it's causing the right front issues for some of these specific Fords.
This is interesting that it went just a little bit.
Oh no, never mind.
So
Dylan spun him.
issue, and they're just creeping.
Yeah, and Harrison gets another flat tire.
Teammates or the other Penske cars have maybe made bigger changes to just drastically avoid any problem.
Unbelievable.
Jones still stopped on the
So
racetrack.
Ty spun him.
AMR safety team, yeah, right there, wondering, do you need a push?
Asking for a push. There, he's got it started and rolling now. Tom Gibbs, he also, we're hearing, is having a power steering issue. Is this power steering or engine on this one? I know.
Check the level yet. See if there's any fluid left.
Okay, check the level. That sounds like a power steering issue to me.
Kim.
So power steering problems for 2311, tire problems for Penske.
Say it was a power steering issue. As they brought it behind the wall, Billy Scott told the team, find every extra part and piece you have for the steering. We likely are going to have to replace it all.
So both of the winners of the last 2 races, the first
Dylan,
playoff races,
Jones and Bubba.
had issues within the last 20 laps. Bubba Wallace and then Eric Jones.
We're almost at lap 200.
So now with this caution, the 5th of the night.
And that was a saving grace for Austin Dillon and Tyler Reddick. 2 cars getting ready to go a lap down right before that yellow comes out.
Dillon did not spin okay. Just the Jones.
It's been that kind of night for Austin Dillon and Reddick. Both of them have been running right, really at the end of the lead lap. Now the field coming onto pit road once again.
I hope the fans are eating it up. I mean,
Kyle
it's kind of
gained on it, but we're still way too tight. He said, I really have to work the brake to get the car to turn.
Like, the issues are very team specific.
An interesting radio from a few guys talking about how the bottom is going to be big. They're talking about the top caking up. Kim?
And Chase Elliott right there, he said, I just don't have the versatility I need. I've not got comfortable with the pace and the balance yet. They're still working on that race car for Chase Elliott. Dave.
Remember, Joey Logano early took 2 tires, then 4. They will come down. It looks like they'll take 4 here to keep Logano in the game. Dylan?
Daniel Suarez at the bottom of your screen, still trying to get that balance of that race car a little bit better for him. It was tight center that run, but still struggling with the bounce. Big chassis adjustment for him. Christopher Bell still pretty happy with his race car, just trying to get some track position back that they lost here in this second stage.
Kyle Busch gains a spot. Bell loses one on pit road.
This is, in a word, it's chaos. You'll have to see it to believe it. Whoever said that must have been talking about Talladega. It's a place where chaos mixes with speed, where a town turns into a city, and the weekend becomes a lifetime of memories. It's a tradition like no other, and a track like no other. And after it's all over, you still won't believe it. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
Right now, it could seem like the only people who matter are the loudest. Those who want to tear things down and then fly away on their own personal spaceships when things get hard. But we've got 182,000 people, and they're building big things, new things, things that will change the way we do things. And you might not know their names, but these people get up every day, working together to move us all forward.
Any job at Amazon can turn into a higher-paying career. For employees looking for security today, we offer good pay, health care on day one, and the flexibility to spend time with your family while making a living. For opportunity tomorrow, free technical training moves employees into higher-paying jobs in fields like software engineering and robotics.
My salary from day one has increased probably around 3 to 4 times.
At Amazon, today is just the start, and tomorrow is what you make of it.
This is 10,000 BC. And the 18 listener in the back.
The Brilliant, Season 2 premieres September 27th on NBC, and Season 1 streaming on Peacock.
This NASCAR Cup Series playoffs on USA, Bass Pro Shops night race. And what an amazing crowd here. Almost 100,000 people in attendance watching this, the cutoff race for the round of 16. The mind-blowing Ford F-150 Lightning is here, and you could win one during the NASCAR playoffs. Scan the QR code now or visit NASCAR.com/Ford Playoffs promo to get your chance to win the most innovative Ford F-150 ever. '19 of Martin Truex Jr. behind the wall, and you see Martin out of the car.
What happened to Truex?
Power steering issues was what we heard over the radio.
Oh, great. It's Toyota. No, great.
Here. Just look out the right front. You're going to see just a little wisp of smoke. See, it just kind of pops out of it right there.
I have a bad feeling.
Toyota with a power steering issue. Martin was kind of the first one to report it in stage 1. Said it was
Fords with tires, Toyotas with
locked up. It totally locked up, and now it's done. And you see Truex, who is not in the playoff hunt here, out of the race.
I think everything here seems to be right now manufacturer specific.
Get over here and grab him. Talking with Coach Gibbs. You said in stage 1 it was intermittent as it locked up, and when it locked up big.
Let's hear it from the horse.
Yeah, it blew the seal out and pushed all the fluid out on the right front tire. So it's unbelievable. I mean, what Harvick say? Crappy parts.
If you were your teammate Kyle Busch, how worried would you be right now?
Well, he's not going to worry. He's going to drive until it stops working. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all you can do. It's another one. I don't know.
He talks about another one. That's Bubba Wallace pulling behind us, trying to get back out on the racetrack, Dave.
And so, Marty, how do you prevent another one? What is the 11 team of Denny Hamlin doing to try to prevent this? Listen.
How's your steering been, friend? Really bad under brake, especially up top. It feels like it spikes the load even worse than the front tire slide. I cannot use brake at all when I'm up top.
The final word from Chris Gabehart, crew chief, was, I'm not sure what to tell you, but I think if you try not to load it, don't load it under steering, you may be able to save
apparently the 48 has power steering issues.
We've seen problems for Fords, problems for Toyotas. Here's the first problem for a Chevy. Alex Bowman reporting he's having power steering issues as well. It's starting to fade on him. The crew is down here game planning what to do if it goes away completely, and Alex has to come to pit road or go behind the wall.
Just remember, this is
Right.
the first
Well.
time the next-gen car has been in the concrete version of Bristol. We have seen the dirt version. The concrete version has a ton of load, a ton of banking. The steering is an issue, has been an issue in this car earlier in the year. The teams all seem to have resolved that issue. Bristol creating new ones.
Busher on the outside, Harvick on the inside, back underway. 45 laps to go in stage 2. Saw Hamlin in the 11 down at the bottom of the racetrack there. Maybe a different line running for Denny Hamlin to avoid issues.
It's interesting from this crew chief talking about trying not to load the steering. I just don't know how you do that, Steve. I don't know as a driver. I mean, you got to turn the car. The only way to not load it more is to just enter the corner slower. I just don't know how you can not load the steering. Yeah, I wonder.
Jeff, he did tell him to back up the corner a little bit too. Would that be one way to not load it?
Well, yes, but once you go to the throttle, you know, to get your speed back up, now you're loaded in the middle of the corner where the most load is. So I just don't know how you prevent it.
Well, listen, physics are physics. If you're running the same speed through the middle of the corner as everyone else, I think the load is, we're talking really close to the same.
There could be some variation between running the bottom or the top. That would be the only thing that you go. Is, hey, man, is the bottom harder? Is it harder to turn on the bottom of the racetrack? Seem to work the power steering pump or the rack harder running the top. Only the drivers would really know that. A great racing here. The Toyotas have blown. They're saying they're blowing. Martin said he blew the seals out of the unit. So that is something you're not going to fix.
And that's a great move by Kyle Busch. Threading needle between his teammate and his 31 car. Haley on the outside in that leaf filter. Chevrolet gives the spot away to Kyle Busch.
Dale on the left, look at the big variety, right? 116 laps for the guys up front, a few with 80s, and then a bunch of guys with 12 laps. So, you know, everybody with a different opinion, but those old tires are still holding on fine near the front.
Yeah, I would just leave them on the whole night. Get a set that works.
Your favorite set of tires. All right, Buscher's up front. Harvick running in that second position. Hamlin, Custer, and Chastain top 5. But it's Larson, Kyle Busch, Bell, Haley, Bowman, and Keselowski. Those two fighting for positions.
How about Roush Speedway tonight? You saw how well Keselowski ran early. Now Buscher leading the race. I'm going to give a tip of that to Ford. I was very vocal that I didn't think they have what you needed the big track, but them led all but one lap tonight, Rick. So Ford is showing up in the playoffs and showing up here at the Coliseum.
Yeah, Christopher Bell, the only non-Ford to lead a lap today, and that's only been one lap. Marty.
Boy, Rick, imagine being Kyle Busch. Came in below the cut line, the two-time champ right now.
21 points over.
But Jeff, I thought Martin Truex made a fantastic point. Why worry about what could happen with the power steering? Kyle's going to go drive as hard as he can, gets another spot from his teammate Christopher Bell, now plus 21 above the cut line. So I think that's the mentality on the 18 team right now. They haven't said a word about their teammates' power steering issues. I think Kyle is simply focused forward.
I think he has to be. I think that's the right approach. If there was something that we feel like there was something major the driver could do to help this problem, then yes, go do it. But we just don't see it from here.
We'll see who's on the move with Power Moves, brought to you by
Ellie's up to 11th.
Buscher, 19 spots up since the start of this race. Kyle Busch has made up 13 positions. Chase Elliott, 12. And Buescher up front leading this one. Has a 4/10 of a second lead over Harvick, who runs right up against the wall.
And they are both running different lines. Look at Harvick here, running the top of the racetrack 3 and 4. The lap before, he's on the bottom of the racetrack. Back to the top, Christopher to the bottom. This racetrack is providing these drivers a lot of options.
You know, Kevin Harvick, you know, we didn't think he could point himself in tonight, but if these troubles continue, can enough guys have trouble where he might not have to win this race?
He's got 2 guys still in front of him before that cut line in Reddick and Austin Dillon, but he's only 11 points, now 10 points back. But again, a win cures everything, and he's running second. So if he gets up there, wins the race, he advances into the next round. There's the gap between 1 and 2.
Lap times are just so even. And Dirty Air is really frustrating this 4 car.
18 laps into this run, and amazingly, look at this racetrack. You can barely see another car in front of the race leader, Chris Buescher. Dillon.
So, Junior, to your point about Kevin Harvick and Dirty Air, the opposite is true for Chris Buescher. He said they felt like they've been really bad until they got to the front of this field. Now he's led 96 laps and nobody can pass him. So on a track as small as this is, clean air really does matter, doesn't it? It can affect how your car drives and really make the difference, Marty.
Dylan, I thought Jeff Burton brought up an outstanding point a moment ago, and when I talked to Rodney Childers this afternoon, he told me, I think there is a points path for us to make it through the next round, because I think the biggest key tonight is going to be surviving. It's going to be attrition, and he was exactly right. And keep this in mind, as you look at the left-hand side of your screen, Kevin Harvick, minus 11 right now, but he could get these stage points right here, Rick. Could be 9 or 10, and that could put him close to the cut line.
Hi, Mooney. I didn't even see you were there. My bad.
9 or 10 points here in stage 2.
I'm looking at chat.
Now down to 23 laps, 22
I'm almost
to go
anticipating
in stage.
the wrecks.
Fun to watch him try to move his throttle, try to figure out something to find an advantage. When he gets closer to the 17, he kind of gets frustrated with the Dirty Air, and he has to change what he's doing.
What a night for RFK as Buescher out in front. This is the most laps he has ever led in a race out front here at Bristol.
Did I tell you I bought our car from Carvana?
Yeah, Ma.
It was so easy. I found the perfect car. Under budget, too. And I get 7 days to love it or my money back. I love it. I thought online meant no one to help me. But Susan from Carvana had all the answers. She didn't try to upsell me. Not once. Because they're not salespeople. What do you guess who just checked in on me? Susan from Carvana.
We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Oh, well, looks like I'm hearing on Twitter, Discord earlier that Hamlin blew a tire. Well, I have nothing to say now.
On NBC and Peacock.
You're never responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card.
Is it the right front? Good fuck.
More trouble for playoff
It's
drivers.
the right
Bristol
front.
Speedway, you see the damaged car of Denny Hamlin. Right front definitely down, contact with the wall. Denny's now forced to bring this Toyota to pit road.
How many? Wait, great. 4 out of the 6 Toyotas have had a problem.
Yeah, I think it's just a right front tire from what we heard on the radio. Yeah, he goes up the hill,
Man.
contact. Wow. Nice job. Yeah. Whether it was in control or a little bit of luck, a little bit of blow. Oh, this will show us everything. Well, Steve, most right fronts we've seen guys are running the top. Denny on the bottom.
hear it.
You hear it tire.
This is the tire.
It didn't, it didn't go boom. It hurt it. You heard it going. You heard it unraveling, and that's why he didn't hit hard.
So a little different. This tire right here, where you mentioned 40, 45 laps on the Fords, 113 green on the Toyota. So that unraveling, is it? I know it is a right front tire still going flat, but is it a different cause? Right, like results the same, cause could be different.
Yeah, that sounded like that tire unwound.
It's a great night to be sitting up here in the booth.
Well, you think about what's going through Denny's head, probably Kyle Busch's head. He has Toyota teammates that are behind the wall and out of this race already with a power steering issue. Now he has a right front tire go down.
Well, not only that, but with 14 laps to go in this stage, pit road's open. So what do you do right here?
Yeah, I mean, I pit because the end of the race is 264. You can make it a one-stop from here. I pit here and I sacrifice the stage points to stay out under the stage. That would be my move. Unless I need to make it on to the next round. Marty.
And Steve, that's the move Rodney Childers makes, and they countered that with Ross Chastain's team, who was coming, and then they saw the 4 pit and said, hey, we want the stage points here. Harvick saying his car's just a little bit too tight. 4 going stage points here in stage 2, Kim.
And right there, the 5 car of Kyle Larson, they felt good where they were in points, so strategy call by Cliff Daniels. Kyle just reporting that he's tight to fire off, not enough turn, loading into 1 on the shorter run, and just very hard to clear people was his main point, Dave.
22 of Joey Logano hits pit road again. This will be another air pressure adjustment, slight adjustment this time for Joey. He'll get 4 tires. Nope, they're going to go as a chassis adjustment as well. Tyler Reddick is on pit road as well, working his way from the back. They were just terrible in traffic there in the back. We'll see if they do this on this set of tires.
Interesting strategy there for that pit stop. The guy who put the left front tire on was also the Jackman.
Yeah, the tire carrier 1 and Jackman basically have a little bit of the similar duties right to left. It's a real ballet for sure. And that's some of the reason why we see some left sides leave before they get tight, because your job changes. So you're not like confirming one job gets done, you move to the Jack, and it's all just a timing thing. And if the timing's wrong, the wheel doesn't get tight.
It's going to be a sprint to the finish of stage 2, under 13 to go. All right, Steve, so many things happening tonight under the hood, and really, let's take the body of your car away and look a little bit closer and explain to us what's happening.
Yeah, let's go to our Toyota virtual car right here. Let's just take a conversation about steering. We've seen some
almost halfway through.
Right front tires. So as we kind of come around, we're going to talk about really both. First, let's talk steering. So in this area right here, this is the whole steering system right there. So it's a hydraulic system. You see there's a line there. There's a line that runs down. There's a pump and a reservoir. And what happens is this system fails. It usually fails in this area right here. That's where that seal is that Truex is talking about, in this area right here. When this system fails, basically it becomes a hydraulic issue and it leaks the fluid out. This has to have fluid for it to work. When we talk about some of the right front failures, really there's some adjustment. You see right here is the A-arm, right? That's kind of what you use to set the camber. So it doesn't look as simple as the old car because it isn't. This isn't something you're going to open the hood and just take some shims in and out of this thing. So 2 issues. Well, there you go. You want to know what one looks like in real life? That is what a steering rack looks like going in. And you see just how difficult on my beautiful virtual world. Just take all those other parts out of the way and you can see it. You just see how difficult it is. The 19 on the other side, I would probably vote for this as well. If I didn't make the playoffs or weren't having a good year and have a power steering issue, I'd be beating traffic.
And Steve, the reason I believe that they're doing the 45 is because they're still in a chase for the championship.
Yeah, but Bubba already advanced to the next round. He won. He doesn't need to worry about it
already. But
and that's kind of why I'm wondering why
are they going to do it?
Yeah, they're advanced. Maybe practice and get Bubba back out. I mean, I understand.
It'll be 10 laps to go in stage 2. Christopher Buescher in the gas first. Briscoe
Bell to the lead. Chastain and Briscoe right behind. Behind Kyle Busch in 4th, it's Hendrick Palooza.
That's Christopher Bell up front.
They used to be clear, but now there's 2 Christophers. It's the whole thing.
See, the 918, both those drivers almost got together on turn 4.
Chase has kind of struggled tonight back in the pack. Had a hard time finding any track position. Finally has it. Be interesting to see if this 9 car has any pace for these leaders.
And he passed Kyle. Ooh, bounces off Kyle.
See right here, Kyle Busch just trying to run that bottom. Chase Elliott on the top. Look how much
Elliott
momentum
passes
Chase
Kyle
carrying
Busch.
on the exit of the corners.
Looking back, it's been the onboard of Chase Elliott. Down to the bottom of the racetrack, you see Kyle Busch going up high. Playoff bubble. 7 to go in stage 2. Stage points awarded. Austin Dillon below the line. Reddick below the line. Cindric and Harvick all below the cutoff line.
Well, Christopher Bell and this team sitting there leading this race. They have brought their best to the playoffs. When the playoffs started, they stepped up. Marty.
6 to go in the stage. So Steve, walk us through the decision for Rodney Childers to give up what looked like 9 stage points there. It would have taken Kevin Harvick very close to the cut line. They restarted 15th, now in 12th. Not sure he's going to get any stage points here in stage 2.
Elliott trying to get
when he was
to the
-11,
Briscoe.
that was already figuring in that finish of the stage. So even running second, he was still double digits out. So they are calling this race to win. So for the Ford car, pitting down, staying out at the end of the stage, that is a winning strategy to try to cycle to the front. Everyone else, you know, who came in questionable on points, or even if you were somewhat safe, you can lock it up right now and not have to worry about the second half.
Yeah, even with all the issues that we have seen out of these playoff drivers, Kevin Harvick still in a very deep hole as pit road is closed now, under 2 laps to go in stage 2.
Elliott still hasn't been able to pass Briscoe.
Briscoe trying to work his way around Elliott. But it's still Christopher Bell out front. Ross Chastain has cleared Briscoe, and so he is up to second. And Christopher Bell.
Anyway, Bell comes around, wins stage 2. Chastain second, Briscoe, Elliott, Kyle Busch top 5, followed by Bowman in 6th, William Byron in 7th, Austin Dillon in 8th, Kyle Larson in 9th, Kevin Harvick in 10th.
The crazy night continues, and we're just halfway of this night race. You're watching the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Bristol, the Bass Pro Shops night race.
When you think Miami, lots of things come to mind. But when you think Homestead Miami, it's everything. The vibrancy of South Beach and the calm of the Keys. It's where you get a weekend of a million thrills, leading to one of the final chances to make it to the championship 4. It's everything we all think of when we think Miami, but so much more.
I love this damn racetrack.
Get your tickets now at homesteadmiamispeedway.com.
Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels, headlights, and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. You see, the Camry's been named best-selling car in America. But cheer up, wannabe twinsies. If you try harder, maybe you can catch up. Later, Toyota.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with 24/7 roadside assistance. Shop online and visit your Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
What can a nationwide 5G network from T-Mobile for Business do for your business? Unlock new insights and efficiency right now. Allow monitoring of productivity at remote job sites with next-generation bandwidth. Enable AI cameras that spot factory issues in real time using next-generation speed. And
Crew's
deliver
still working on Gibbs, Bubba, and
5G
Blaney's
coverage
cars,
that's
entire
years ahead of the
steering system
competition.
being replaced on
T-Mobile for
Bubba.
Business has 5G that's ready right now.
TV's #1 rated Night of Dramas returns. When this community calls, we respond. Every single day. One city. One family. One Chicago. Stronger together. Chicago Wednesday returns this Wednesday on NBC.
The final stage in front of us. You see the lights in the background there of the stands here at Bristol. It is an amazing event as the fans taking part in this night race as you see the cars working their way onto pit road now here at the end of stage 2, Marty.
14 key stage points for Kyle Busch, and he's pitted right behind Ross Chastain. He said, I don't have the security to throw it into the corner like I would like it freed up that run. Chastain right in front of him said the rubber buildup on the top of the track is really hurting us. I cannot be any looser. closer than it was on that run, Kim.
Chase Briscoe on the bottom of the screen. Stage points accrued in both stages.
9.9 for Chastain. 10 seconds for Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe.
Really tight. They made a chassis adjustment. 4 tires. Sunoco fuel. Dave.
3 stage points for Austin Dillon. He's now out by just 1 as they run. Same adjustment direction. His steering is getting a little catchy. Dillon.
Alex Bowman will pit. He said he didn't have a great feel for what the car was doing because he's battling not only a steering issue, but a brake shake issue. They'll pit here and take 4 tires and fuel as well for Bowman.
Rick, if steering was your drinking word, you're not going to make it.
Chastain, Briscoe, Kyle Busch, Dillon, Bowman.
It's going to be a long night. Top 3 all holding position as they
Wait.
come off of pit road.
Why didn't Elliott or Byron pit?
It has always started with the call to serve, fighting and winning for our nation. But Marines are never really finished. They serve in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis. Always faithful, always Marine.
TV's #1 rated night of dramas.
Hamlin, Logano, Bowman.
Community calls, we respond.
Hamlin, Logano, Bowman, Clint.
Family, one Chicago, stronger together. Chicago Wednesday returns this Wednesday on NBC.
Eliminating grays is as easy as combing your hair. With Just for Men Easy Comb in Color. Just twist and comb. Getting natural looking results has never been easier.
Let's get this meeting started.
For most men, trust Just for Men.
Whew, anyway, alright, let me check the chat again. I've been very focused on the action. We're up to 857 in the views. Thank you all so much. I mean, subscribers.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Sports, service, Credit One Bank, Credit Card Company, Coca-Cola, and by
We
Ford.
already hit the view goal.
Built Ford proud. Great crowd on hand. Proud sponsor of the Great American Night Race, Johnny Morris's Bass Pro Shops, is celebrating 50 years of serving those who love the great outdoors. Today, it has grown to be known as North America's premier outdoor company and a worldwide leader in conservation. Congratulations to Johnny and the team at Bass Pro Shops on 50 years. And I mentioned that light show by the fans being a part of it.
Johnny Morris is a big NASCAR fan as well. Not only a big supporter of this race, Truex, Austin Dillon, Noah Gragson, multiple cars in the field, but you just always see him at all the races. I mean, this is a man that runs a huge company. I'm sure he has a lot of other things he could be doing, and spending his time here at NASCAR races, very much appreciated.
A great friend of Richard Childress, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I saw him today walking across the racetrack over in turn 3, and he was strutting across the racetrack. He was happy to be here.
How could you not be? Right now, he's in the radio booth next to us. I'm waving right at him. Oh, there you go. There he goes. The man is making his round.
Marty.
14 stage points for Kyle Busch so far tonight could be massive in his hope to advance to round 2. Ben Bayshore gave him an update. Listen.
As we run, we are 5 points above the cut line. The 14 and the 8 are tied for 12 and 13.
So they came in below the cut line. Steve, a lot of nerves here. Ben Bayshore hoping the power steering holds out. But right now, Kyle Busch would advance with where he is.
And as quickly as those are worried about points, there are 4 more that are locked in that join Bell. William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, and Alex Bowman. They will be in the round of 12.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, man, what a relief for a couple of those guys. Bowman experiencing some issues. Denny's got to be a little nervous about what he sees all his teammates going through.
You and I were thinking the same thing.
I'd be nervous about that 4 car. He's sitting there in third. He last pitted on lap 237.
Here we go.
Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott. coming back to the green flag as stage 3 underway.
It's going to be a big challenge.
Elliott?
On the
No,
racetrack
it's Harvick.
and
Wait,
off pit
who's
road.
at the
I
top?
would
Is that
consider
Harvick?
these last 240 laps. When you pick,
Byron.
it's easy to say tires don't have a whole lot of value, but now the field knows it. How are you going to play your chess pieces differently?
Byron, Larson, Elliott, second, third, fourth.
Bottom of the racetrack here.
Come on, Byron, go get him!
Can't really make the exit work off of turn 4. Haven't seen William up here much. We'll be paying attention to his pace here now that he has some clean air on this 24. Everybody seems to get better when they get in that top 2, top 3 position.
Big run on the 5 as he's going to go to the outside, trying to get by William Byron.
Right on the corner of your screen, you saw the 12-car Ryan Blaney pulling back out on the racetrack to rejoin the field.
Blaney scored 148
Blaney's back in the race. They
230
finally fixed his car. 152 laps down, but he's back.
Out, I believe those points are available. Larson to the outside here. Second place.
That second spot as Byron continuing to run the bottom of the racetrack, and
Larson takes it on the outside.
Clears him for second.
Williams going to go to the top, trying to find that speed the 5-car has up there. Now here comes his teammate Chase Elliott to the inside. Chase working that Hoosier Chevrolet on the bottom of the racetrack in turn 3 and 4. Great shot off the nose. Xfinity camera giving us this great shot from Chase's car down in the corner. Watching both his teammates work 2 different lines around this racetrack.
Pretty cool to see Chase Elliott just wrap that line. Old school Bristol, he said as a kid, this was the track that made him want to be a race car driver. Well, that's the line that he watched. That's what he watched his dad do.
Oh, Blaney's slow.
Here, and he's trying to make this pass. Unsuccessful so far, and it's allowing this 4-car Harvick to close in. Again, he's going to have to be defensive. He jumps up in that outside line to try to take away any kind of momentum from the 4-car, but eventually, Harvick's going to try to get on that right side. Elliott's going to defend that by going to the top.
Now remember, the 4 and the 9 a year ago got into each other. Harvick in a must-win situation.
And Elliott,
he's
that's
going to do anything
4th and
he
5th.
can to advance into the round of 12.
Harvick gets the position. Now he's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack, turn 3 and 4. He's trying to catch this 24
I might be actually really far behind.
There was the contact between
but I'm not going to
the
say
two a
something
year
because I see
ago.
something on Discord. Ah, Kyle Busch with a front flat.
He's into the wall.
Sorry, man. Kyle Busch.
Below the cut line to start the race. He was above the cut line.
All right, you're good down.
And that looks like that's engine. Yeah, I was going to say that's
Oh.
out of both the headers right there. So that does not look like. Oh man, is that water I see pouring out?
Great, you know.
4 tires. Oh.
4 tires. There's no 4 tires. Your man is not.
Great. Only one Toyota has had no problem. Good God.
Fans with the M&M's gear.
Good God, Toyota really dropped the bomb.
There's a lot of rowdy fans out there, but this is not what they wanted to see out of Kyle Busch.
Good God. Kyle Busch is out of the playoffs.
And more than likely, he's going to be out of the playoffs.
Unbelievable. Kyle Busch out of in round 1.
He could win, right? Yes.
I mean, Toyota.
It's just.
Yeah, Toyota screwed the F.
Oh yeah, you see the.
Oh my God.
When the water and oil mix, that's a major internal failure on this engine.
Smoke rolling out of the 18, and the night is over for Kyle Busch, an 8-time winner here at Bristol.
As I know you can have
Four of the Toyotas are off the track.
Keep coming. This isn't a track you would expect to see an engine failure. Right?
He really got the hell out of Dodge.
Really awful here.
Kyle Busch never has been eliminated from this round ever in his career. A 2-time champion, and now out of the playoffs.
Think about the week. Think about the week that Kyle Busch has had. All summer, contract. Big announcement down at the Hall of Fame with Richard Childress. I'm going to RCR next year. Got that off his shoulders. Finally to put his foot forward and focus on this year in the playoffs. And now a second engine in this round. I agree with you. Will perhaps end the 18's chances of moving forward.
You would think so, but this is 2022.
Yeah.
And look at all the failures.
Marty Snyder's trying to chase down Kyle.
a race of attrition, and why is it going to get any better? 228 laps to go. Why are all of a sudden cars going to stop braking? So, yes, it does not look good for Kyle Busch at all, but who knows what can happen here.
And that's a small little
Marty
thing right
can't
there. So
track
Marty's
down
doing a great
Kyle
job
Busch.
chasing him down. He is very focused, but when he saw, James Small, I know that sounds silly, but that's someone you trust, it's a teammate, right? Whatever information he needed to give or whatever.
Toyota really just shat the bed.
At the moment, I know that seems small, but as a crew chief that used to chase down a teammate,
sorry, dude,
information or whatever, the fact that he would stop and talk tells me he's still very plugged into Gibbs right here, and he wants to have a good finish to the year.
The 18 behind the wall. Hopefully we can talk with
This is embarrassing, man. It's just that only the Toyotas have had the engine problems.
What if you could be more adventurous because your savings had some protection? At Bright House Financial, we specialize in annuities and life insurance that help protect what you've earned and ensure it lasts. Bright House Financial, build for what's ahead.
Did I tell you I bought our car from Carvana?
Yeah, Ma.
It was so easy. I found the perfect car. Under budget, too. And I get 7 days to love it or my money back. I love it. I thought online meant no one to help me. But Susan from Carvana are all the answers. She didn't try to upsell me. Not once. Because they're not salespeople. What do you guess who just checked in on me? Susan from Carvana.
We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
The fully electric Audi e-tron family is here. With models that fit any lifestyle. And innovative ways to make your e-tron your own. Through elegant design and progressive technology, all the exhilaration, none of the compromise. The Audi e-tron family. Progress that moves you.
She was supposed to be the one.
I used to believe in the one. And then I realized there's plenty of savings in the sea. Amazon has daily deals that shake your soul.
What?
I'll go check on those tater tots.
Change the past one leap at a time. Don't miss the premiere of Quantum Leap. That's Monday at 10, 9 Central on NBC and streaming next day on Peacock. I'm sure Kyle Busch would love to be able to change the past as the engine expires for him, and potentially he could be out of the playoffs.
So we said potentially in the underbreak. We kind of talked about it. Dale Jr., you guys brought up a great point over there. Kyle Busch is currently out in 5th, but look who's above him. Reddick and Briscoe, even Suarez. Suarez on the racetrack running 13th. He can lose 11 points. Briscoe having a decent run, but he's a 17th. He can lose 9 points, and Reddick, only +5, could lose as well. So it's definitely not over for the 18. The other 3 cars in front of him have to finish off these nights.
Also, one thing that's going to hurt him is Blaney's back on track, so he will probably pass Kyle Busch.
Yeah, with 224 laps to go, if he's able to finish all of the laps, he's only...
Bell, Larson.
What a crash!
Uh-oh.
Multiple cars.
Suarez. What they just said. The big one. Suarez.
Yeah, we just talked
Stenhouse. Kessel. Bowman blowing up.
Advanced, and he's going to feel good about it.
What the fuck?
Come on. Hustle over here.
Look at tire.
Wait,
Look
guys.
at the bubble now.
They told pit road.
Just those.
Wow, I think Kyle Busch just got second win.
Somebody got turned about halfway down the backstretch, guys. Who was the first one?
Oh, Suarez is loose. All night he's been loose. Corrects it. Gets behind on the steering.
Busch is really gonna make his way in.
Just nothing he could do.
Yeah, Gilliland, Suarez, Stenhouse.
Yeah, Rick.
Right, I didn't. Holy crap, man.
Well in the 3.
Cody
One
Ware.
thing I'll say though is we've seen these cars get beat up, and they take a lot of hits. And as long as you keep that toe link straight, except for the damage to the right front there on the 8.
Yeah, Reddick, right front damage. We'll see how bad that is.
There's also a modified race running right now.
Outside only. Just a 38. Easy here, get low, stay in it, going back down, you're good.
I
Work
give
your way
Danny a lot of credit for hanging on that thing as long as he did, because he's had his hands full all night.
Oh, God.
In the middle, keep coming.
Look at the damage here to the 8. This is Reddick.
Yeah, the body damage is certainly not going to help him, but the biggest concern is the suspension damage. What's hurt?
Well, that tire is...
Well, you there, man?
Still tight or not on. All right,
No.
so the toe link's kind of right there. Looks like it's in one piece.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what a crazy race. This is it's gonna be a meme. I can tell.
If Kyle Busch makes it, that would be.
Oh, I'm gonna skip it.
Hopefully.
And now Dylan has his engine issue. Oh Lord.
These mechanics know it. That's an entire upper control arm assembly.
10 minutes to do this, Steve, right?
Yeah, NASCAR made the adjustment in the playoffs. The teams requested. And
oh my God. This race is gonna be a meme.
To not eliminate cars.
Anyway, yes, yeah. Now Kyle Busch is in by 2.
10 minutes because this car just seems to take a little more time, Dave.
Richard Childress on the radio, as you heard, both
Dylan
of his
Reddick are still kind of out of it. All we need to do make sure that Harvick does not win, because I mean, he's fourth. He has a shot.
You see the playoffs as they run, both Dylan and Reddick just a little bit below, but we also saw how long Blaney spent fixing his car earlier. They'll try to get this done in 10 minutes. Steve, you pointed it out earlier. Go get to race pace again, and then the clock is no longer an issue. They can work on it the rest of the night when they want to.
Yeah, but race pace, unfortunately, here at 17.53 seconds. That's about a second and a half, a little under 2 seconds faster than you run on new tires. I've never run a lap at Bristol, but guys, I can't imagine 17 seconds is easy to accomplish with something broken on your race car. We have to at least get the car off the racetrack and the tires pointed in the right direction. There's RC looking on. Both of the RCR cars on pit road, like worst case scenario. A year ago, they battled and couldn't seem to get 2 in. This year, they got both of them in, and now here they are. Both.
You know, I guess after 3 great races, we were bound for a shit one.
Busch, we know he's not moving. He's blown up. Yeah. +4, currently in 12th.
Okay. We still have 219 laps to go, but playoff driver issues already. And it started early.
Off-centered with tire issues. A couple more Fords are going to have problems. Thought this was going to be the theme of the night. Boy, were we wrong.
Okay.
Denny Hamlin, a little bit later, he had a right front tire go down. Kyle Busch, smoke came out of the pipes, never good. Blown engine looked like for him. And then a huge wreck down the back straightaway with multiple playoff drivers involved.
One thing we didn't cover there that has been another issue throughout the night is power steering. A lot of guys having power steering issues. It's put a couple cars behind the wall.
Eric Almirola, a guy that early in the race was the pole sitter. He's run really well. He's been having power steering issues as well. You see this 8 car, you mentioned Richard Childress. We showed him on top of that building. The thing that made Richard Childress, that guy right there with your dad, what they did so much better than everybody else is run all the laps. That's what he believes in. So he knows he had these teams prepared in case something happens. Have your stuff ready. We've got to get this stuff fixed. That's what has made him successful. And I promise you, he pushes everyone in that company to make sure they're prepared for every situation.
And we have seen about every situation here at Bristol tonight. This one, a big wreck happening in turn 3, wadding up cars and a lot of playoff drivers.
Today's the modified finale.
eBay Motors.
Right now, it could seem like the only people who matter are the loudest. Those who want to tear things down and then fly away on their own personal spaceships when things get hard. But we've got 182,000 people, and they're building big things, new things, things that will change the way we do things. And you might not know their names, but these people get up every day, working together to move us all forward.
You're never responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover
Now,
card.
Suarez, Stenhouse, Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick, Todd Gillen, Alex Bowman, Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott,
Merrill can rebalance Phil's portfolio.
Lennon Castle, Ross Chastain,
Sweet.
Harrison Burton, Chase Briscoe, all involved in some way or another. Let's see how Elliott was involved, but I digress.
Choosing T-Mobile is like expecting this, but getting that. And so much more, like Netflix on us. and benefits that add up to more than $225 in value each month.
Your name is Dr. Ben Song. You are the lead physicist on a time travel project called Quantum Leap. You time travel into other people.
So if the person I leap into dies,
He dies too.
good to know.
Back at Bristol, Kyle Busch with an engine failure a moment ago, but after that last wreck, he is now above the cut line, +6. Kyle has joined us.
Kyle Busch has reemerged.
Are you as surprised as us to have an engine failure at Bristol? Just doesn't seem like a place that you would have an engine issue.
Yeah, definitely sort of goes with our year. I don't even know what to say. I'm flabbergasted. I just feel so bad for my guys. I mean, they don't deserve to be in this spot. You know, they work too hard. We're too good of a group to be this low down on the bottom and fighting for our lives just to make it through. But 2 engine failures in 3 weeks, that'll do it to you. So, you know, really feel bad for all of Rowdy Nation, everybody at M&M's. It's just Interstate Batteries, Rowdy Energy, all the partners that get us going every week. I mean, man, this is...
All right, restarting. Bell and Larson leading. Or Bell, it was Bell and Byron, excuse me.
To round 2 here.
If I get done with my media obligations and NASCAR releases me, I'll go into the house. I got kids at home.
We're not green here at Bristol, but right now, above the cut line, +6. We'll have to see how this race
Keselowski up to 3rd.
Who knows?
Yeah, it has changed quickly. As we see still Christopher Bell out front, Larson running 2nd, Keselowski, Byron, and Harvick all in the top 5. Again, Harvick in a position, if he wants to advance, he's going to have to win this race. He doesn't have to win this race to advance.
Bottom right on board with Tyler Reddick. Now it's all about that magic minimum speed. You only get 3 laps to do it. So you're going to have to get a good run and have a good plan.
If Reddick's out, it gets back in, he's going to bump Kyle Busch back out, you know.
We need to see a 17-second lap.
Oh, you see minimum speed.
Oh, almost in the wall right there. He ain't working too good. And here's the problem, you only get 3 shots.
Well, never mind. I take that back. He's 12 laps down.
Yeah, and he got a lot of debris on his.
Well, now he's minus. He's got a point. He's got one up on Cindric.
That's not good enough.
Used up 9 minutes of that clock. Kim.
And Alex Bowman out of the race.
Bowman's out of the race. Elliott and Busch are battling for 6th.
Yeah, so we lost power steering the beginning of stage 2. And we stayed out there to get stage points and kind of toughed our way through it, and then restarted the back because we stayed out so long. And they all crashed in front of me, nowhere to go. So, bummer.
Bowman lost power steering, but it didn't end his night.
Top 5 all day, but it sucks when you lose power steering. It's hard to overcome that at a place like Bristol, and I think we still would have ended up okay. Just did the same thing to stay out for stage points, and at least we're locked into the next round.
Steve, the 8 looks like he made minimum speed.
He did. So he's coming back on pit road now to continue some more repairs because the damaged vehicle clock no longer exists. Minimum speed completely throws it out the window. Unfortunately for his teammate, the 3 of Austin Dillon, he sits on pit road. Hood's still up, under 1 minute. You can see the little bit of urgency right here, trying to get this 3 car. Nope, you saw right there that head shake, taking it behind pit wall. The 3 cars night is going to be.
Dillon's down and out of the playoffs officially. He entered under. He's not going to get any better.
Serving that penalty as he comes back out on the track.
I don't think.
Now for the 8, I mean, we're looking at him right. He's, let's see, 13 laps down. It's all about attrition. He's hoping some other cars will have some issue. You look on the left side, he's 5 points behind Kyle Busch. Kyle can't really move. Maybe 1 spot to blame, as Jeff pointed out. For Reddick, he can't really catch anyone. He's ahead of everyone. He's out of the race. He needs more attrition.
Kyle Busch right now scored in 32nd. And again, it was a big first and second stage for Kyle Busch. He gained 14 points, stage points. That was huge for him. Reddick only 3.
Interesting to know, Bubba Wallace is on the racetrack, 90 laps down. He too could pass.
Bubba's back on track
as well. You know, that's a good point. I'll be running down there, like, hey man, you sure you want to keep running? You're into the next round. You just come on. I'll buy you lunch.
Right along on the helmet of Bubba Wallace, that Money Lion helmet cam. Denny Hamlin on the outside of Ross Chastain. That has been an eventful season already for these 2 drivers.
We knew Bristol was going to be crazy. And it's not disappointing. We still have 199 to go.
Hamlin going by Chastain. Hamlin running in the 12th spot. Chastain 13th. Chase Briscoe in 14th.
Right behind these guys is Justin Haley having a great run in 15th in that 31 car. He's right on the inside here of the 14 of Briscoe. Justin's kind of turned it on the last several weeks. Starting to improve this team getting better each week. You run around in the backside of the top 20 and then you start trying to get a little better. 15, in the top 10 here and there.
You mentioned Justin Haley, a best of 36th here in the Cup Series. And want to take a look at the Toyota driver updates. Bell up front. Then you look a little bit further back. The 11 of Denny Hamlin is 12th. Kyle Busch out of the race in 32nd. Bubba Wallace, he's back on track, but scored 33rd. And Martin Truex Jr. also out of the race in 34th. But it's kind of the shining star right now for Toyota in Christopher Bell. Steve, you had him as your guy. You thought he might be the one that could get to victory lane here tonight.
I like his points position. I like his enthusiasm. I mean, the way he talks about this place with such reverence, like, it is special to him. And I think, in today's day and age of just, another race, it's great to see kind of that sparkle when he talks about Bristol. I think that helps. Dale, right, in these closing laps, and you got to dig deep and find a little extra, knowing you love the
Cody Ware in 19th. Oh my God. She's because he survived.
Dylan, how about that 20 car?
Yeah, he loves running here too, and I think it's fun to watch him as the leader move around on the racetrack. He's not staying complacent. He hasn't just been running the bottom long in laps. He's been moving around because he has a pretty good feel of what's slow on the racetrack, what lines are maybe working a little bit faster without being told. Adam Stevens, his crew chief, said that's one thing he does really well. We don't have to tell him to move up. He'll just move up by himself if he feels like he needs to move up. So his dirt racing background, that constant searching notion and thought process certainly helps him in a place like this, and it's helping him stay in front of Larson now.
Larson 9/10 of a second back. Keselowski, really good run for Brad Keselowski today. 1.3 seconds behind Bell. Then it's Byron and Harvick. We mentioned Harvick in a very tough position right now for the points standings. He is 16, 19 below the cutoff line. Right along with him. A lot of racing still to go. 188 laps remain here. And Harvick's put himself in a good position, just 2 points behind, or excuse me, 2 seconds behind.
Back to the strategy, Steve. A lot of these guys got to be thinking we're getting close to being inside the window. You get that caution, 150 laps to go, you're coming to pit road, putting on that last set of tires and telling your driver you're probably not coming back. Yeah, we figure they can run 160 on fuel green, 186 right now. I mean, if you get a yellow around now, you might be thinking you're going to get a ton of yellows, or you can kind of connect the dots. The other side of that, though, just to keep in mind, Christopher Bell, he has 116 laps on this current run. There's a bunch of yellows in there, but he is, it sounds like a lot of laps, probably 50 laps away from
Bell's engine blow, less than the other Toyotas.
15 seconds. That is not good for your anxiety if you only have 15 left. And him and Byron are the two.
Ty Gibbs back on track.
Another car pulled back onto the racetrack. Ty Gibbs, 132 laps down, back out on the racetrack.
Unbelievable.
Number 23 Toyota.
Never give up.
And there are enough laps that he could get by Kyle Busch as well. So Bell up front. Larson running second.
So that would take away 2 more points from Kyle Busch if both Bubba and Ty Gibbs pass him.
So with Geico.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering purpose and belonging well-earned. Fighting and winning for our nation and its people. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment is visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis. Always faithful. Always Marine.
Another point for the International. Another President's Cup for the United States.
The President's Cup on NBC and Peacock.
Eliminating grays is as easy as combing your hair. With Just for Men, Easy Comb in Color. Just twist and comb. Getting natural looking results has never been easier.
Let's get this meeting started.
Most men trust Just for Men.
Is Dad posting a farewell to his favorite college freshman? No. He's switching his choice cashback category to gas. The road to college can be emotional, but also rewarding.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
Welcome to Subway's biggest refresh yet. They're dropping 12 new subs for their all-new Subway Series menu.
You've never seen subs like this before, Chuck. Meteoric meatiness and Chowtown cheesiness.
Let's go to our panel for more appetizing analysis.
The new Monster's bacon has consummate, craveable crispiness.
The new boss is a perfect 10.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Gronk, thank you for nothing.
The new Subway Series. What's your pick?
It's NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Bristol. The Bass Pro Shop.
The realization that next week, you know what tracks next week, dude?
Incredible facility, aerial coverage brought to you by
Texas.
Geico. Nearly 100,000 fans right here in Bristol. And think about this. East Tennessee, you've got Knoxville about 2 hours from here, and the football team there generates.
I think this is the longest green flag stint we've been on.
200,000 sports fans.
The longest. Oh no, it's not. 77 laps would be. So we'd have to hit lap 353.
3 wide for position.
Oh my
Chase
goodness.
Elliott, his teammate William Byron. Harvick on the bottom.
Oh my
Busher
god.
climbing into this as well.
It's 18 cars in the lead lap because Cody Ware just got lapped.
Tyler Reddick on the high side.
So they're right up there. I can see Elliott in 6th and 4th, Harvick in 5th, Byron in 6th, Busher in 7th, and Joey Logano in 8th. And 10th place is Allmendinger.
The 10's got a little power steering issue. All these guys just trying. There's nowhere to go. You know, they're not doing anything wrong. They just can't. There's nowhere for them to go to get out of the way. You can't slow down and let everybody go. Right? You're going to have cars coming time and time again to try to get by you and lap you, so you just get up the top of the racetrack, go as hard as you can.
It's the two fighting for position, Harvick and Busher, but as you look at the bubble, how frustrating would it be if you're Reddick or Cindric, you're 5 points behind a guy who's not even in the race anymore?
Well, you're hoping for some attrition. Yeah. When I look up there, I think the one that's really in a little bit of nerves is Daniel Suarez, because he's +6 running 23rd, but if he was to fall out of this race, he could lose 6 points, and he's a couple laps down, and he's had some damage from this accident, so
I'm also watching the modified race.
He is just hoping to have a clean finish. And now if Harvick somehow got up there and won the race, then he eliminates Kyle Busch. That's right. Moves the whole cut line a spot.
Harvick closing in on Busher. Busher had to check up there with Suarez. Getting out of the gas just in front of his game.
Rick, it was a spectacular win at Daytona that put Austin Dillon into the playoffs. A spectacular crash took you out here. What did you see?
Yeah, you know, I think we were doing our job there. We had a pretty good Bass Pro Shop Chevy, and I haven't seen the replay, but I heard Daniel just wrecked the 47.
Come on, dude. Get him.
Part of it. Wish we would have been in a little better spot. Just broke the suspension on the left front. We had gotten stage points, and really we had a pretty good race car, so feeling pretty good about it. We just needed to miss that one.
A tough first round with a decent race car before all that.
Yeah, that was the best car we brought. You know, we put ourselves in a bind after the first 2 races and brought something that we could race with today and felt good about it. Yeah, it's over probably for us. So, you know, thankful for the opportunity. We'll just go try and win a race for the end of the year.
Austin Dillon out of the race and presumably out of the playoffs, guys.
They see him 9 points down. And
I could see where I sit in the bleachers. Oh man, I love Riverhead.
Cindric and being 5 laps down, being 5 points out of the playoffs, he's going to be able to pick up 1 position here. McLeod, the 24th, is also on the same lap as him. So he'll be running him down. He's about a straightaway behind McLeod, so that'll be 1 spot for him. His spotter, crew chief, everybody's probably giving him that information. And Dale, one thing that's making this as a challenge is with the tire that's here, you know, the leaders aren't pitting every time. If the leaders pit in every yellow, you can Hail Mary these waiver rounds and try to get some laps back. When the leaders stay out, though, you're 5 laps down. There's no pathway back to, you know, gaining laps. That's right. 158 laps to go, 157 to go. The next time we get an opportunity of yellow, those cars are coming to pit roads for the final time. Like you say, you'll never get a chance to get the free pass to the waiver round.
Elliott's holding on to 4th. Larson looks like he's closing in.
How about guys like Christopher Bell?
A bit.
He came on really around lap 200. He's coming close.
Got a lot more. Oh, he's up to
between,
Almirola.
Wait,
Almirola's 2 down. Next car to get lapped would be Burton.
Right now because he is almost out of fuel. He probably can make it to the finish on fuel, so this would be the perfect time for a yellow. He's run 146 laps since his last pit stop. They have not all been green. I'm sure he was saving under yellow. I mean, Dylan Welch is in his tent, so we'll see if maybe he can.
Oh my God! No! Oh! Thank God.
Christopher Bell, Elliott in 4th. As I go down the list, Byron in 8th, McDowell in 9th, who are all at that lap 199 last pit situation. You see it on the left side, 147 laps. We say they can go 160. They've had some yellows, probably 170, 175. 25
5 to
laps.
go at Riverhead.
15 seconds a lap. It's counting down quick.
They just don't want to get caught after coming to pit road on their stop. If some caution comes out and they get caught a lap or 2 down.
Yeah, now to your point, Junior, you know, Suarez, there's a couple guys that green flag pit stops might actually help them save some points. Right? They're a couple laps down as well. So a lot of racing still to go here with just over 150 to go.
Out front, Christopher Bell, then Larson. Half a second behind him. Keselowski, Elliott, Buscher, the top 5.
Come on. 1.5 laps. Come on. This time by for Bonsignor. I'll look at the modified race. 1 lap to go at Riverhead. Come on. 1/4 mile to go.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Here we go. This is going to be it.
It's very difficult here.
No! It's going to be Bonsignor. Yes!
Into something, calls a wreck. Oh, we got a car slow on the back straightaway to 43 of Eric Jones. Must have a right front tire down. That's going to bring out the yellow. Oh, looks like a right rear tire is flat on that car. Christopher Bell is very happy to see this. This is pay dirt for the 20. Perfect timed yellow.
Yeah, good for Bell.
Your point, Junior. Now they're inside their fuel window to make it to the finish. They didn't have to come under green.
Right rear is flat.
Right rear.
Adam Stevens being aggressive. We're going to take a look right here. Yeah, you see the nose kind of pop up. That's the right rear losing air.
And Steve, everybody on the lead lap, which right now we have 14 cars on the lead lap. Everybody comes to pit road.
Yeah, I mean, you're inside your last fuel window. I don't think there's any reason you would stay on the racetrack at this point.
Tyler Reddick, once again on pit road.
But now, if they do that, there is 6 cars 1 lap down. You know, they may.
I'm sorry, I've been neglecting chat.
We're just trying to buy ourselves some laps is really the key. You know, there's Adam Stevens right there. Great call.
Got the 859.
He's
Holy
called one heck of a race right here. You have to get a little lucky for any strategy to work. He knew what he needed, and you know, you ask yourself all the time, is there something specific that makes this strategy work? And for him, it was a caution inside a certain window. This caution is exactly in that window.
All right, NASCAR fans, don't let anything pass you by. The official app of NASCAR Tracks lets you stay up to date on the latest racing event information from all of your favorite tracks. Search NASCAR Tracks in the App Store and download for free. Saw Almirola there. Bubba Wallace back out on the track after power steering issues for the 45. 23 also having power steering issues. They're back out on the racetrack as well. Gibbs 132 laps down. Bubba Wallace 91 laps down. Again, Kyle Busch out of the race. He scored 32nd. Austin Dillon's out of the race. Alex Bowman, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So Bubba Wallace and Ty Gibbs could leapfrog those 4 drivers, pushing Kyle Busch, Stenhouse Jr., Bowman, and Dillon all down a spot. Reddick is 26 laps down. And we see him coming out of his pit stall.
So the idea now, I guess, is so tires and track position aren't going to really do nothing for you. Trying to get tires and be cute with track position ain't going to do nothing for you. You're going to have a hard time passing the guys in the top 5. I think anything left in the driver's hands right now just comes down to the choose. If you do get a rash of yellows, the choose. What you decide from here on out is going to be critical to where you finish in this race.
Marty.
Kevin Harvick in likely a must-win situation right now, 20 below the cut line, sitting in 6th. Rodney Childers needs to take a big swing here. Harvick said, "I've got to have more
all right,
grip."
the money stop.
Getting difficult. About wrecked it off turn 2. You see that wedge adjustment. The bottom is going to be key for the end of this race, Harvick said, Tim.
Harvick a 9.6. Larson a 10.2.
Don't overdo it on pit road.
Ooh, Keselowski get a bad stock. He's going to pull out 12.3.
Looks like a little bit of a slow stop there. No major issues on the balance, Dave, for the 9.
Let's see, Logano, Hamlin, and Bell.
Locked in Logano will get 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel as well. Denny Hamlin. Hamlin's car for its part said he was a little bit tight.
Bad pit stop for Bell. 12.1. Logano 11.3. Hamlin gets 8. Larson wins the race off pit road.
Chassis adjustment, 4 tires and fuel. By the way, Steve, they were plenty good on fuel. Not going to give away their number, but they won.
Larson, Bell, Keselowski, Harvick, Logano, Buescher, Byron, Dinger, Elliott, Kushner.
Larson, Elliott, and Chastain have all clinched a spot in the next round.
Moderate to severe.
When you think Miami, lots of things come to mind. But when you think Homestead Miami, it's everything. The vibrancy of South Beach and the calm of the Keys. It's where you get a weekend of a million thrills.
So there are 15 cars in the lead lap. Besides those I said, I think Buescher stayed out. Wait. So then McDowell, Chastain, Hamlin, Haley, and Briscoe. Oh, Burton Ware. 17 cars in the lead lap.
HomesteadMiamiSpeedway.com.
Right now, it could seem like the only people who matter are the loudest. Those who want to tear things down and then fly away on their own personal spaceships when things get hard. But we've got 182,000 people, and they're building big things, new things, things that will change the way we do things. And you might not know their names, but these people get up every day, working together to move us all forward.
What can a nationwide 5G network from T-Mobile for Business do for your business? Unlock new insights and efficiency right now. Allow monitoring of productivity at remote job sites with next-generation bandwidth. Enable AI cameras that spot factory issues in real time using next-generation speed. And deliver ultra-capacity 5G coverage that's years ahead of the competition. T-Mobile for Business has 5G that's ready right now.
Tomorrow, Sunday Night Football from Lambeau Field. That's Justin Fields and the Bears visit Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Coverage beginning with Football Night in America at 7 p.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock. 142 laps remaining from here at Bristol. In this, the final race of the round of 16. 4 drivers will be eliminated in 141 laps now. Those that have advanced.
All right. Elliott and Chastain have advanced.
And the attrition that has happened on the racetrack, Larson Bell came in already advancing. William Byron, Hamlin, Logano, Elliott, Chastain, and Bowman. Those drivers, those 8 drivers, are guaranteed a spot in the round of 12. And once again, the 8 on pit road. So
we talked about most of the leaders pitting. The one, I think, pitted the second time by. I think there was a little gamesmanship.
Okay, Burton's a lap down.
Because that is going to
just some cars in the lead lap, including Cody Ware. Wow.
To catch those guys, Marty.
Steve, it wasn't gamesmanship. Ross Chastain simply missed his box the first time around, so they had to pit the second time around. But now he's pretty far back in the field, but that's why he did come down the second time with the lap down cars.
So he pitted and missed his box?
Correct. That's what I was just told by Phil Sargent.
Oh, all right. I didn't think he had come down pit road at all. So then why was he allowed to pull up would be the question for me.
And back underway, Larson and Bell. We'll see if Larson can take advantage of that win off of pit road. He stays out in front of Bell.
Keselowski, come on, man, do some magic. Here comes Keselowski on the outside.
Outside of Bell as well.
Go, Keselowski.
Six-car Brad having the run of his season.
Come on, man.
Roush Racing.
Because RFK has been horrendous. Well, meh. Excuse me.
Owner, Brad Keselowski working.
He's not giving up against that 20.
Hasn't done it yet.
Come on, man.
Tough fighting down there.
Oh, man.
Right in front of these guys. The A-car comes off a pit road.
Ooh, and that's going to help the 6. Keselowski takes second place.
Off the throttle. You see it right there. Ready, just come off pit road and blend it back.
Go, Bad Brad.
That was close. Reddick almost got into the back of the 20.
And Logano and Byron are behind Busher and Harvick.
Again, Reddick, multiple laps down.
Yeah, try 29.
Everybody's going to start getting really frustrated with Reddick. He needs to get all the way out of the way. Why is Reddick that slow halfway in the middle of the racetrack? Get out of the way down the straights. Look at him. He's all the way up the racetrack. That's unacceptable. He's that slow, get out of the way.
Reddick's in the red. You see him. He's just below the
4 points below. Bubba Wallace past Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch, who, by the way, is out of the race.
So now it's 4 points.
He is going to incur as he's 29 laps down, and he's 24 laps behind Landon Castle, who's the next position, so he can't gain positions where he is.
How did he get from 5 down to 4 down? Bubba Wallace out on the racetrack making laps has passed Kyle Busch. The next car that can do that, Ty Gibbs, still on the racetrack as well. Ryan Blaney still on the racetrack, possibly able to pass Kyle Busch. 2 more spots right there.
Are you surprised that 2 Toyotas potentially are going to take 2 points away from Kyle Busch? 2 Toyotas coming back out on the racetrack, moving ahead of him.
I can't seem to get my head around how that would be accepted by the manufacturer, but I guess they're going to let it organically play out. I guess there's some tip of the hat that they're just going to let it see where it lands. But
you know, why are the 2311 cars coming back on track?
Fight for 4th. Buscher still chasing down that 4 of Harvick. Harvick's got the position. 2 different lines being run by these teams.
Kevin Harvick keeps talking about the bottom's going to be important for this end of this race.
Gotta hope for another restart.
He just must feel like that the top's going to start going away. And you're going to have to be able to use the bottom. One thing's for sure, with everybody running the top, if you're going to pass, you're going to have to do something different. And Kevin Harvick has just been focused on trying to make that bottom work all night long. Will the top wear out for Kevin Harvick's strategy to play out? We don't know. We just have to wait.
Almost a second separating Kyle Larson and Brad Keselowski running 1st and 2nd.
Oh.
Larson won the race.
Here comes Keselowski.
Can he go back to back here at Bristol? He's still out front.
Amazon offers free technical training programs to help employees advance.
We're 3/4 of the way through the race.
Going from being in a warehouse to jumping into tech, having the opportunity to now do that.
Oh man, 360. Thank you guys so much. Holy cow.
Conditions can change, especially in life.
I mean, 860.
That's why the correct Carvana gives you 7 days to make sure your car fits your needs.
Triplets.
918, you guys are fucking rock stars.
Che cos'è l'amore? Chi lo ha vinto? Si sferza il suo lamento sulla ghiaia del viale del tramonto. Alla maca gelata.
Your name is Dr. Ben Song. You are the lead physicist on a time travel project called Quantum Leap. You time travel into other people.
And if the person I leap into dies,
You die too.
good to know.
The fully electric Audi e-tron family is here. With models that fit any lifestyle.
At least Bruce, I don't see any Bruce Goings in
And
here.
innovative ways to make your e-tron your own. Through elegant design and progressive technology, all the exhilaration, none of the compromise. The Audi e-tron family. Progress that moves you.
Kozlowski, come on!
Think he's posting about all
I mean,
that
I like
bullshit
Larson,
over
but I'd
the
rather
phone?
have Brad win.
He's seizing the moment with Merrill, moving his money into his investment account in real time.
We might have it, man.
How you collect coins.
Your money
Brad
never stops
Kozlowski is
working
catching
for you
up.
with Merrill, a Bank of America company.
Here's what you expect from your wireless plan. But at T-Mobile, this is what you get. And so much more. Like a free Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4.
Come on! Come on, Brad! Come on, Brad! I can't see it, but except for the timing.
But the 49ers, who came close to the summit last season, have high hopes of their own. 49ers Broncos, made for Sunday night on NBC and Peacock.
I mangled a Star Wars line in a chat. Come on, Brad! Come on, Brad!
Race playoffs from Bristol, the Bass Pro Shops night race. And this is how close it is for the lead.
Man, there's so much lap traffic. Only 15 cars in the lead lap. The last one is Briscoe.
To a car link. Same scenario though. Again, what does Brad do?
Go, Brad! Go, Brad! Go, Brad!
Get to the leader, and you have to go somewhere else. That bottom is not as quick. He's gonna have to really put the pressure on right here.
Here comes the six! Ah, here he goes!
Wow, just like
Kozlowski to the lead!
Yeah, almost a slide job.
Woo-hoo!
But he went back to the bottom. He knew he had done a slide job, but he actually pulled it off. Brad Kozlowski on a mission tonight.
This is the most laps that Roush has led, 192 laps, and that's going to keep adding up now between he and Buescher since 2012, a decade ago.
Oh my God, it's been a decade.
Gonna have to make the bottom work. Gonna have to make the bottom work. Well, that's why. How are you gonna pass if everybody's running around the top? You don't have to run the bottom the whole time. You just gotta find a way to run the bottom just enough to clear that guy in front of you.
And that was a heck of a move. Great, amazing driving by Brad Kozlowski, and I'm gonna imagine that if he does pull this off, if he does win this race, it's got to be the most satisfying feeling.
Roush hasn't won in 5 fucking years. Oh, they're showing the slide job.
Races driving somebody else's car, but when you're driving your own car, something.
Come on, Brad. Come on, Brad.
That's an amazing experience, and this is at the top level. This is at the most elite level in motorsports in North America.
It's been a grind, right? He didn't just go over there and all of a sudden things just got better. It's been a process, and he said it would be. I mean, he said, hey, I expect to win immediately, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be a process, and they just keep grinding and get better and better and better.
Well, let's go through the field, brought to you by Applebee's, and we will take a look at the playoff drivers on the lead lap, starting with Kim.
And Kyle Larson, you see right there, looking to defend his win from last year, will have to make it back around Brad Kozlowski to do it. But I asked Cliff Daniels, the crew chief, can you lean on past experience here, being that it's a different car? And he told me yes, and that's because the best race car drivers can slow the track down, and Kyle has a natural ability to do that, to just slow down what's happening around him and process everything, and be able to do that at a track where things happen at lightning speed. That's the advantage that Kyle Larson has, Dylan.
And the advantage, Chris
When was the
Bell
last time an
trying to get
owner
here
driver
with the
won a
lead,
race?
locked
Is that
into the next
Stewart?
round of the playoffs. That allowed them to start their preparation already for next week at Texas.
Oh, wait. Logano has a flat tire, I think.
My favorite race on the schedule, but ultimately it doesn't matter. We're already on to Texas. We need to win there because of the next two races being Talladega and the Roval. They sure would love to end this race with a win.
Logano.
3 times old Joey Logano coming to pit road.
And issues for the 22, a flat right front tire.
All 4 Penske cars, and I include Harrison.
Will now have a flat tire with 100 to go here at Bristol.
And so Joey Logano comes to pit road. My ad and through the field would have been Paul Wolf told me this morning. Round 1 was about not making mistakes. We talk about it every year.
Unbelievable. Let's all how Ty Gibbs back on pit road. He's 4 laps away.
Nuts not on the right rear. It fell out of the gun.
Oh man. And Logano almost had a loose wheel.
I don't know. I saw the nut on the concrete as well, just like the pit crew member did. Just that confusion.
It rolled from the right rear. You saw it roll underneath the car and then come popping back out.
You see the 40 or the 23 car on pit road, 4 laps short of passing.
All right, 13 cars in the lead lap back to Ross Chastain.
Must have the lug nut on it, I'm assuming, because it's still on at the moment. But I saw the same.
That had to be a spare then, Steve.
Yeah,
because
well, the crew member was just as confused. Right. He was waving his hand, saw the lug nut on the ground.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for the 22. Obviously, the right front tire going down, bringing him to pit road. But then as they were doing the
98 laps to go at Bristol.
They tried to stop him from leaving.
All right, so we're going to come in. We're going to watch him change the tire. So I'm thinking it comes off this guy's belt right here. Let's see if that's what happens.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, there it is. So it knocks off his belt, off both belts, and there's another nut sitting here. There's nuts on the both sides.
Oh my
the
God.
has confusion. Now he's going to double check the right front and the right rear. Give him the thumbs up. Actually give him, you know, I know it isn't or wasn't an issue, but when you look down and that lug nut's there, it has to be concerning.
You got to give him credit, Steve, because what happened, that left rear tire, when he went to take it off, it fell off the gun. He immediately grabbed that other one and put it on there. So very quick thinking for that tire changer. Now Larson working the high side.
Bell on the low side.
To the picture again.
Oh, stuck behind. Larson stuck behind Ty Dillon.
Larson back to third.
Oh man!
Larson, look at the
He had to check up. No, he had to check up so he didn't crash him. Respect.
The drivers that are locked in. The 5, the 20, 24, 11, 9, 1, 22, and 48. They are all going
Gibbs
to advance.
now pulled off. He was 4 laps away from passing.
The 45 went on the racetrack and has advanced in front of Kyle Busch. The 23 is now behind the wall. And I don't know if they have another issue. We haven't got an official report. But this would seem to be a better situation. They had mechanical issues. Make no mistake about it. This isn't a great call taking themselves out of the race. They are way behind already with steering issues earlier. And that makes basically this situation on the left is the whole story for the rest of the night. You have Briscoe, who's plus 17 and running in the 14th position. So he really can't lose 17 spots with how many cars are out of the race. Suarez, though, at plus 7, he could get down to 29 or pretty close to it. So it would be basically almost a tie if he fell out of the race.
How stressful is it sitting watching, wondering if you're going to make the next round of playoffs or not?
Hamlin getting into the back of Suarez.
Nothing you can do.
Well, Kyle Busch, because of attrition, remember, he was below the cut line when he first left the racetrack. But because of attrition, he has moved back above the cut line.
Fuck.
By 4
Oh,
points
fuck.
And could advance into the next round.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. Is I can imagine. Oh, Brad Keselowski had trouble down the back straightaway.
Keselowski with a
he got in the outside wall, the exit. He's got a right front down.
Flat tire on Keselowski.
Now only 12 guys in the lead lap.
Watch right here. He drives in the corner. Goes in, gets in the gas. Boom, right there. Right front down.
Ford tire problems again.
Another right front tire issue This time it's the 6 of Brad Keselowski. No caution coming out. So they continue to race. Bell up
Bell
front,
to the
Larson
lead.
running second.
And then Larson and Harvick.
Quickly, as we mentioned, how well.
And Blaney has a tire problem now.
Racing
Again.
was doing tonight. Another issue.
Back to what you mentioned early in the day. 53 laps in that right front for Brad.
That
Keselowski.
sucks.
Was about 40. You wonder the 6.5.
I thought he was gonna win.
I've done it. We've seen other guys do it, right? You feel like you're safe. You
Oh,
gotta find
yeah,
a little
on
speed,
10th.
take a little air out, take a little air out, and then you finally go too far. Dave.
Ryan Blaney will be on pit road again for a tire down on this car.
More.
Remember, they were
The only non-winners left are on the lead lap are Buescher, Dinger, Custer, McDowell, Haley. And that's 4th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. So unless the top 3 all get flats as well, I don't know.
Racetrack in turn 3 and 4, passing McLeod for 24th. Both those cars 6 laps down. The next car for position for Cindric is Joey Logano. 4
Imagine if
laps
Harvick
down.
wins.
All right, with 80 laps to go, Kevin Harvick trying to get by Kyle Larson. They're a second.
I forgot. Yeah, Cindric could pass a few cars and make his way in.
Look who's in the picture. You guys mentioned Kevin
no,
Harvick
no.
3 times. He has won
Well, Cindric's only seven laps down. Almirola is sitting just one lap down, another lap down. If Cindric passes, I think 3 or 4 cars, he'll point his way in.
Way to go in this race. Harvick has been extremely loose. And how desperate does Kevin Harvick get behind the wheel? His playoff hopes could be riding on these finals at 78 laps, Kim.
And Kyle Larson riding in that second position. The big issue, just a really tight race car, and he's had that problem all race long.
Almirola, yeah.
Just way too tight.
Wait.
There's not enough turn, especially loading.
Jesus, everyone's getting out now.
Almirola lost the position to Cindric. So now Cindric's gonna be gonna get another point on him.
Steering issues all night long, and it appears to be what they're looking at right now. Another Ford having some issues with the steering.
Oh, Almirola's done. Okay, you know, they probably already factored.
So Cindric grabs another point.
He's going to. He needs one more lap or half a lap. He's going to pass him, and you're going to watch it live. He's going to go from -3 to -2.
Well, the other thing that's about to happen is Blaney, as he continues to make laps, he's going to go by Kyle Busch.
It's not.
Busch is going to lose a spot.
There we go. Yes.
Now it's 2 points.
Oh, what
to
happened?
separate
No, there we go. +2.
The 2 right at that bubble.
But okay.
Wait, the 2 is slow.
He is kind of
He's
slow.
out there. Looks like he's ran in the back of somebody.
He's also, I mean, he's also.
Just think about their
The next
lap
car he
84.
can pass
They
is
were the first team to
Logano,
have a right front issue earlier in the night.
who is
And that
5
last
laps
caution,
down.
Very timely for Austin Cindric. He had another right front going down. You guys mentioned right now -2. below
After
the
that,
cut line.
it's
They told
Suarez,
Austin that,
who's
trying
4
to
laps
hang in there.
down.
Christopher Bell out front. 72 laps left at Bristol.
I mean, Bell
Who
just
advances
lapped
to
him,
round 2? We'll
so.
find out.
When you think Miami, lots of things come to mind. But when you think Homestead, Miami, it's everything.
This
The
race, this is going to be
vibrancy
such
of
a divided
and the
race.
calm of the Keys. It's where you get a weekend of a million thrills, leading to one of the final chances to make it to the championship four. It's everything we all think of when we think Miami, but so
Alright.
much more.
So only 6 playoff drivers on the lead lap, and thankfully 3 of them are Hendrick cars. Whew! What do you guys think of this chaos-laden race?
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve,
Bad or good?
discovering purpose
Oh, good.
and belonging,
Interesting. Okay.
fighting and
Even as a Cowboys fan?
its people.
Yeah.
Right. Is it only because your guy? Is it only because your guy right now might make his way in?
This race has been pretty good.
It's I don't know. Racing's been good, but my God, it's been quite a interesting race.
Oh, the 20.
Wait, are you making this up on me, or?
No, I'm not joking.
Oh, Bell? Wait, did he blow his engine? Or did his tire go down?
I think a tire.
Oh, God. Bell with a tire down. Are you kidding me? Of course it happens during commercial where I can't see it because the app is shitty like that.
Plans for Josie? No, he's switching his choice cashback category to home improvement, so he earns more on a new doggy door. Extra large.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card.
Well, only one Toyota left. So that'll leave. What? Yeah. You know, with Bell, if Bell, like, did Bell go a lap down, or?
I don't think he went a lap down.
Okay, so that leaves 11 cars in the lead, a lap back to Ross. Justin Hayton. Oh, Briscoe will get the free pass? Okay. Unbelievable. Well, that's another non-winner, hopefully out of contention. That leaves McDowell, Custer, Dinger, and Busher as the non-winners. Wait, Cindric only needs to get one more spot. Unbelievable. Oh, man.
The tiebreaker that would go to Austin Cindric. We talk about.
It's chaos.
We'll see what the leaders do right here. Are they going to pit? Not very many cars in the lead lap. Larson leads them to pit road. Marty.
Steve, one of the questions we asked a moment ago, have they made enough adjustments on Kevin Harvick's car?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Wait, hold on. I can't. I'm behind you, man. All right.
Okay, I'll try.
Harvick with a 9.6. Great pit stop. Bad stop for the 5. Oh, Harvick. Did he get a loose wheel on Harvick? Are you for real? Goodbye, Childers. That's embarrassing. Busher at 6.4. They're gambling. Denny Hamlin at 10.9. Oh, Hamlin with a problem. What? Unbelievable. Busher, Elliott, Byron, Larson, Dinger, Bell, Custer, Chastain, McDowell. What the fuck is this race?
Something.
What? I mean. Oh. This is like a Mickey Mouse episode where you have to use these random Oh. No Mickey Mouse episodes. Oh my god. Great. I didn't want either to win. Oh, well, Hamlin was my pick to win, and I didn't want to win. Okay, after all this, 300 cars running second, third, and fourth. I'll take it, even for a Busher win. It's been 222 races since Busher won at Pocono. Wait, who's that? Hold on, I hear.
What's up, guys? I wish this was in person so I could buy one of the beer or something. Let's play the game.
what's up? I'm Paul Wright, fitness trainer. The new Sunday Performance shorts are next level. The fit, perfect for my legs. The fabric is super soft, and the pocket on the side is perfect to hold my keys, chapstick, and my phone at the same time. You can take these shorts to the gym, back home, and back out to
The
red
only
air.
Ford without a
The
problem
Sunday
has been
short
Cole
is
Custer.
truly my everyday short.
Did you know GoodRx can help you get a better price on your family's prescriptions?
I just open the app, type in the name of our meds. That's it. Save us on my asthma medication. All right, round two, baby, round two.
I mean,
And savings on my daughter's allergy pills.
Prescription savings for the whole family.
Have a good one.
Another good reason to check GoodRx.
The new leader. Expectations are a mile high in Denver. But the 49ers, who came close to the summit last season, have high hopes of their own.
and Busher, who's leading the race.
For Sunday night on NBC and Peacock.
We'll see if Cedric can stay on the racetrack for the last 58 laps.
17 and 20.
All right, here we go.
Row one. Busher on the outside.
Byron on the inside.
On the inside. Busher trying to clear him.
Come on. I'm torn. I'm torn, man.
2022.
It clears. No, he's not clear. Yes, he's clear. Come on. Come on, Busher. Go, Busher.
RFK and the successes they have had. Busher's already led 113 laps once again.
Logano's behind Cinch. All right. Well, dude, bad news. Cindric passed Logano. Cindric has enough points to beat Kyle Busch.
Yep.
Sorry, dude.
Only hope now is
strong here as they run
or ranks.
3-4.
It could happen.
Not going to ever see anybody do two tires. Don't know how long this 17 is going to hold on.
You know what? Screw the tires, man. Who knows?
Chase Elliott and that team now, they're sitting here running second. You have to imagine that after a few
You know, when was the last time Hooters won a race? Was that 1992?
Maybe, but remember, the 6 car won the first stage on 125 lap tires, and nobody could run them down with new tires. We haven't really seen new tires matter, but will they matter now with 53 to go? To your point, Junior, right? Is two tires going to mismatch, not handle as good? I love the call.
So right now, either Chris Busher breaks a 2-2-2 race.
Bell trying that higher line. He's got Chastain behind him. Bell has led 143 laps tonight. Busher 118 and counting as he's out front. Brad Keselowski led 109 laps tonight.
Chris Morrell got a bad break when he had that right rear go down, but he got an extremely great break when NASCAR threw the caution. So here he is, still with a chance to win this race.
50 laps to go. The last 10%. We've been here this long. We're not gonna stop. Bell, what are you doing, dude?
That was Christopher Bell just pushing the throttle as hard as he could and got up the racetrack a little bit. Typical Bristol action.
So most of the field is the top 6 are all running the high side except for the leader. 17, you see him up there. He's still running the bottom lap after lap. Byron tries the bottom back there. Back to the top of the racetrack here in turn 4. You look at
I'm gonna give 6 another spot.
into the 5.
Oh.
Just
Did he pass Suarez or someone have flat time? Forget it.
All these guys right here running the high side. Really not able to run down this 17 car leading the race. Less than 50 to go.
Not that many cars on the racetrack, which is very unusual. Why that will matter is because with a lap track,
46 to go.
So many laps down, they may not be as big of a factor as what we've seen here in the past in Bristol when the leader catches them.
Bell still working that low line, trying to get by Larson. Those two running 4th and 5th. Larson in 4th, Bell.
This is like the 1996 Monaco Grand Prix. Only 3 cars made it to the finish line.
Happening around lap 40, lap 50. That's right where we are. And this is probably as fast as these guys have ran
all night long. Loads on the right front are worse than ever. You see the 42 car, Ty Dillon, up in the wall in turns 3 and 4.
Of course, Ty hit the wall. Terrible driver.
Finally going to make it to pit road.
That's going to be another more points for Cindric.
In this final run, really pushing these tires to the test. Whose tires can survive? Yeah, I think the load's increasing, and like, you know, if you feel like you have to be safe, but there's grip there, how close are you willing to get? We just saw a pit stop. You know, do these guys take that half a pound out to help their car turn? Oh, you afraid to do that?
Man.
Everything I've watched. Yeah, but if you're the 20, you're locked in. If you're the 5, you're locked in. This one guy never hit the wall with a blow right front. Like, wow, just listen to my guy over there, man.
You might be the one blowing the right front.
Don't tell me about it. Yeah, I don't want to. Don't do it. Don't
40 to go.
Just tighten those belts.
And as we've seen the points, there's a tie right now between the 18 and the 2 of Austin Cindric. As far as
Bush's best finish was 26?
The tiebreaker
Damn.
goes to the best finish in this round. And so the best finish between these two drivers.
Bush.
Shush. Austin Cindric.
Please, don't. No.
Could be the difference.
Did he spin him?
Advancing into the round of 12.
Yeah.
With Ty Dillon's issue.
I didn't need that.
Oh, the 5 into the wall contact, man.
Fucking hell.
You're clear. You're clear.
Wow.
I was wondering when
Oh, he washed up.
Christopher Bell was running out of patience. He knows he's got a good enough car to win this race.
Oh, you don't do that, man.
Quite a bit there.
Well, 37 laps to go. He's got 3 more cars to pass if he wants a chance.
Down in the corner. Christopher wants to go to the top.
Fastest car last lap was Elliott. No, now last lap it was Busher.
Christopher says, "Here's my shot to go by you, but we're going to have a little contact when it happens."
Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to do that though?
Just hard racing. I think the 5
Whatever.
got his hands full right now. Kyle Larson not really comfortable. Now the 20 car is clear of him, and he sets sail to go after William Byron.
Bell up to the 4th spot.
Well,
Byron in 3rd.
Yeah, and right for this battle for the lead, the last few laps, Chase Elliott's had a little bit of a faster car. Busher on the bottom, Chase Elliott on the top. Busher starting to encounter some
lap traffic. It's going to hurt him more.
That affects all these cars.
And we saw the 6 of Brad Keselowski have a right front tire issue out of that same RFK shop. So is Busher going to be thinking, all right, can I make it that final, say, 33 laps all the way to the end and have my right front tire hold up?
Well, 45 has been the magic number. There's 33 to go. Sorry, Jeff. I was just going to say we're going to have to get by that uncomfortable 45 to 50 lap number. Well, and Busher doesn't know it, right? Chris Busher, he does not know when tires are blowing. The only thing he knows is there's a Bristol trophy at the end of these 32 laps. He's just going to push this hard, Dylan.
And the good news is they've gone long on a couple stints already, so I think they feel confident, but anything can happen, of course. But, man, you got to tip your cap to this entire RFK organization. They went off strategy here with Chris Busher's car at the beginning of this race just to get track position, which they knew they were going to have to do. They got it. Then Scott Graves has made the aggressive calls, the right call here with 2 tires to keep the track position. Now they're trying to hold on.
30 laps to go.
First win is, as you saw, over 200 races, Kim.
And Chase Elliott running there in the 2nd position behind Busher, and it was an uphill battle this weekend. They were not happy with that car yesterday, and Alan Gustafson told me it was all but junk, but they were optimistic about the changes they made for it today. They struggled with track position early. Now they find their way to the 2nd position. Right now, they're telling Chase on the radio, just keep your rhythm for the rest of the 28 laps to go, and hopefully you'll catch him.
Eric Jones has some issues on and off pit road. That gives Austin Cindric another point as he takes that position away. And you see the 22 Logano finally retiring from the event.
He's behind the wall. He's still in the car, but behind the wall and multiple laps down.
There's the battle for the lead. Christopher Busher now moved up the racetrack, trying to find a little extra speed running the high line. Here's the battle for 3rd. It's been about like this for the last several laps. Christopher Bell can't really close in on William Byron on the 24 car. But all this really is almost all in the same straightaway. The leader of the race, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all right there together.
25 laps to go. Wait, my microphone's not plugged in. 20. would you have thought that with 19 winners, if we get there, that Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex Jr. would not be among them?
I didn't even expect that. But, you know.
Scott Graves cruising on this 17 car.
Yeah.
Having the courage to put on 2 tires. Clearly, even if it doesn't yield a win, which is looking pretty good right now, it's a great call.
Well, Scott Graves and Buescher, they have a great chemistry together. They won the 2015 Xfinity Series championship together.
22 to go.
Now just under 22 laps to go.
Well, it's funny how this works, too. This isn't just one good run out of Chris Buescher. We've all seen constant improvement out of this car all year long. And that's what we talk about. Top 5s, top 10s, they turn into opportunities to win a race. 2 tires is a great call, but you can't do that from 15th or 20th a lap down. You have to have a good enough car to make a good strategy call. So here we go. Chris Buescher. He's ripping the top over here. Chase Elliott, he's on the bottom. Chase Elliott trying to find some speed.
I'm getting torn.
Wasn't going to get it done. So Chase Elliott's looking, and as he's been looking, William Byron in that 24 car, he's starting to run Chase down.
Will they have enough time? Under 19 laps to go.
Oh, did Almirola throw up?
Buescher quickly getting by the lap traffic. The gap not changing much between Buescher and Elliott. And a few spots back in the 10th position is Kevin Harvick, Marty.
Yeah, meanwhile with 18 to go, Rick.
18 to go.
For Kevin Harvick and his race team are quickly fading away. I think it's important to note that Kevin Harvick's pit crew all year long has been top 3 easily. Last week at Kansas, they were the best pit crew on pit road. Steve, they just picked a bad time to have a bad stop.
Well, like pit crews like special teams.
17 to
how
go.
many extra points a kicker makes. When he misses that kick to win the game, that's all the fans remember. Kevin Harvick's fans, well, they won't care about the other races all year long. They'll know when he needed to stop to change the season for the 4 car, and they were unable to.
16 to go. 15 to go. I'm not going to look at this court anymore.
It's a lot of pressure for the men and women down there on pit road.
Hi, Larry Caldwell Jr.
Yeah, those money stops, as you call them.
14 to go. Oh, man. The last time we had a 19th winner in a NASCAR series was Robbie Gordon at New Hampshire in the last race of the 2001 season, race number 36. And still, we would still have 13 to go. Yeah. Well, that was, yeah, 8. That was what wasn't it? The Bristol night race that Edwards won in 2014, I think.
Yeah, and the lap.
That was, yeah.
Edwards won with them was in Sonoma same year. So I mean, they got their work.
Okay.
Will the tires hang on? Can he hold off the 9 of Chase Elliott? He's been able to keep the gap.
And Reddick has now passed.
Shush, shush, shush.
10 laps to go.
Watch all these guys racing up front.
I'm trying to check something. Second Pocono race was August 1st. 10 laps to go at Bristol. The gap is 0.8 of a second. I'm like 9 laps to go. Come on, come on. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. I mean, think about it. Yeah. Briscoe ruined Reddick's playoff. I mean, second 12 round of 12 host with that one. 7 laps to go.
Every driver looks at that one spot, that one position that they lost somewhere in the season that might not allow them.
Oh my God. 6 to go. Yeah. Below the cut line, Kevin Harvick Kyle Busch, and the two RCR boys, Tyler Reddick and Austin Dillon. That's not all in points order, but we have 5 laps to go. 2.5 miles. Oh, my God. It's been 5 years since Roush Fenway Keselowski won back at Daytona in the summer race with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Their last non-super speedway win was with Carl Edwards. Well, non-super speedway non-road course win was Carl Edwards at the spring race in 2014. Chris Buescher's last win was August 1st, 2016. Oh my God, the team this year, Brad Keselowski took on the owner-driver role, and now they are sitting a mile away from their first victory in God knows how long. Well, 5 years, over 5 years. Here we go, as he makes his way down the backstretch through 3 and 4. He will take the white flag. Come on, last lap at Bristol. Come on, man. He goes through 1 and 2. Chris Buescher, the Texan, through 3 and 4, will break a 222 race winless streak. Buescher wins at Bristol. 19 different winners in 2022. Yell hell to the yes man. The second longest streak between wins. Chris Buescher has done it. His second career victory. Oh, man. And 3 different non-playoff drivers. Oh, my God. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right. The out drivers, like I said, are Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, and Austin Dillon.
Let's see.
And this checkered flag moment brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts. 222 races. Since his last win at Pocono.
Christopher Buescher.
They've been there a long time, stuck with this organization. Finally rewarded with a trip to victory lane. Look at these guys.
Oh my God. Unbelievable.
They're a coveted win.
And we still have no Truex or Blaney win.
And the Bristol night race has to be very high on the list of all drivers. Marty, Christopher Buescher. Christopher on the side of the door.
In the end.
Christopher Buescher climbing out of the car.
That's awesome. Congratulations to Buescher. Hi, Jose Lopez. What a congratulations to Roush, man.
And
Roush,
now there are 19.
John Floyd, Roush, Fenway,
only in 2022. How about the non-playoff drivers representing?
And how a
sweeping
Ford
round
won this
one?
race. A
It's been
Ford.
5 years and 2 months, Chris, since Roush Fenway Keselowski won a race. What does this mean to you to bring them back to victory lane?
And this is just so special. This team did such a great job.
Scott Graves, the man who made the call for the 2 tires at the end.
That's just first coupling for Fastenal for a points paid race, so that's
Wait,
awesome.
Fastenal curse is over.
Tonight. Just so special here at Bristol. I love this racetrack. I love the fans. I love every time we come here. It's so special to me. Lost one that really broke our heart back in 2015 on the Xfinity side with Graves on top of the box. So this this makes up for that. That's pretty awesome, pretty special.
How about Scott's two-tire call? Were you worried that wouldn't hang on that final restart?
Not one bit. It was up to me at that point. Just hold on and make it work. And we had a really fast passing on Mustangs. Just so proud of everybody. We knew we had a good race car after practice, and didn't quite get the job done in qualifying. But what a race car! It's just it's special. Get RFK in victory lane for the first time, and we had great race cars. Brad had really good speed too. So it's I don't know what else to say right now. I'm out of breath. This place will wear you flat out, and I love that about it, but it's such a special night.
Almost 100,000 fans here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. What's the significance of winning the Bristol Night Race for you personally?
It's number one on the list right here. So this is it. Thank you all for coming out. It was a great crowd, great weather. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the race.
For sure.
Come back and do it again.
The last time I saw, I remember I saw his wreck at Charlotte.
Chris Buescher brings Roush Fenway Keselowski to victory lane at the night race here at Bristol.
12 advance, as this was a cutoff race for the round of 16. It's down to 12 now, and the points reset. So Chase Elliott once again climbs up to the top of the list with the playoff points that advance once they reset.
Thank you all so much for coming out today. And now, next week is Texas, to my chagrin, the worst damn track
Cindric
ever.
already in a hole. They are now fighting to get out of that bottom four.
Yeah, and I think perhaps the biggest story heading into the round of 12 is all the way at the bottom of the screen. Texas, Talladega, and the Roval. I mean, I can't think of a bigger variety of racetracks.
And one eliminated. The 4 of Kevin Harvick. Dylan.
And unfortunately, his playoff run comes
All right,
to
actually,
an
before I
end.
end it off, I'm
You
going
guys
to see if I can
fought
call
hard
him.
this round and this race, but how frustrating was it to just not be able to go up there and race for a shot at the win tonight?
Pretty tough. I mean, we pitted in front of the 17, so...
I got to say, how does it feel? How does it feel? Sorry. How does it feel?
You know, not what I wanted, but we'll have to move on.
Wait, Aaron, how does it feel? I can't hear him.
Thanks, Kevin. Dave.
Now I can hear you. How does it feel? Now I can't hear you. There we go. Aaron, I'm picking up the TV in the background, but not you.
No, we drew it up. What a night, Dave. Just proud of everybody on the Freightliner Ford Mustang. We had front tires going down left and right from the beginning of the race, and don't really know why, but I tried to run the bottom at the end of the race.
I'll try. I gotta stay until I can get him on.
At least it's a Mustang. He deserved that. Congrats to Chris and Brad. That's obviously really cool. Congrats to Ford Performance, but
Aaron,
yeah, to get all of us into the round of 12 after a very scary night for Team Penske. Tried to do my job, hang in there, and got that one out.
What does that do to your head when all that chaos is
going
on around you? And you know all you really need is points, and you need help from other people having trouble.
Drive my butt off, man. That's what it takes.
Aaron?
Stay in the game. You know that when there's issues,
I can hear you.
Gonna keep happening
Can you hear me?
throughout the race.
Can you hear me?
You just got to stay in it and make the issues smaller than the rest. But yeah, just proud of the team, proud of everything. Proud of my spotter Doug. Kept me informed very well throughout the race.
Can you hear me now?
So, total team effort. But,
there we go. Aaron, how does it feel, man? How does it feel? Well, your man's 1 for 223. It's gotta feel. I mean, the second longest streak broke. A streak between wins, but it's gotta feel good, dude. Winning one of the marquee events on the schedule. I'm really happy for you, dude.
I also just want to realize that he got this win on September 17th.
The 17 car.
Yeah.
Nice.
17 cars first win since July of 2017.
Yeah, that was the Stenhouse Daytona win, the one that made him a meme. Just.
And with that, Buescher now has 1 win, 1 pole, 3 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and his average finish has also been boosted as well.
Yeah, man, and like, would you?
It is now a career best for Buescher
Yeah.
Honestly, I did not think he was going to win tonight. I mean, I was kind of banking more on races like the Roval or Talladega.
Yeah.
Bristol finally got it done here.
Yeah. Would you believe he was the 19th winner this season, which means we've tied the record. I think I never thought I'd see. Can you believe that none of those winners are Blaney or Truex?
Yeah.
And
What do you think is going to happen next? What if, well, next week
it's Texas.
Is Texas, and we all know how that's going to go.
Terribly, yes.
Yeah.
But
honestly, what if Keselowski wins at
Talladega? Yeah. It's like
then we have 20 different winners, and we'd have a new record.
Maybe Blaney went to Texas, and that because he won the All-Star race on Texas, and then we get Keselowski at Talladega, and maybe Truex at the Roval.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I mean, I don't that race. I don't know. It's probably gonna be hit or miss for people considering the sheer amount of Ford and Toyota difficulties. Toyota engines blowing, Ford tire failures. I don't know. Like I don't really know whether to blame NASCAR or just the maker strategies. Consider that most of the Chevys didn't have problems. I mean, Hendrick has 3 of its cars in the top 5. Anyway, I gotta get going, but sorry. Oh yeah.
Also, something else I thought I'd mention kind of quickly is that Buescher is the first Texas native driver to win a race since
The Labontes, right?
What was it?
Yeah,
the thing. Yeah, it was
03
Bobby
Homestead.
Labonte.
Yeah, 03 Homestead.
Yeah, Bobby Labonte.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 19 years since a Texas native driver has won.
Also, he's also probably the only ARCA champion to have won in the last how many years?
Oh,
I mean,
that's
think about.
kind of interesting.
I mean, the only ARCA champion that's won a Cup champion was Benny Parsons.
You mean like a Cup race or something?
A champion? No, Benny Parsons is the only Cup Series champion that is also an ARCA champion.
Well, Buescher is an Xfinity champion.
Oh yeah, actually no. Well, I mean, I'm saying like he could be that next one. Actually, I have to eat my words. Briscoe was also an ARCA champion, and he already won.
Yeah.
But besides those two, I think I'd have to probably. I'm just looking through the list of winners. If I wanted to find another winner in NASCAR, there's Ty Dillon, but then an Enfinger, but then I have to go back to Bob Keselowski, and then Tracy Leslie, and even then, they're the only ARCA champions to have won a race until you get to Parsons.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Anyway, I have to go, but thanks so much for this talk. So, enjoy the win, my brother.
All right. Yeah.
Anyway, now I'm gonna sign off. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you next week at Texas. This is BowserJrXD signing off as soon as I update my view and sub goals to end my views to end. Have a good one.